around my door, and the Georgia pines and dandelions are bobbing in the careless summer breeze. Sunshine skipping on the sidewalk, sunshine not as bright as you. When you shattered free, you blinded me, and now I'm seeing stars around my head. And it's all I know, you're the afterglow that never fades. Tadpole squiggle in the water, tadpole dancing toward the light. From a pollywog into a frog in 20 seconds flat. Well, how about that? Mayfly skimming on the water.
Hello, I am the Ronan Bond, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronan Bond live stream on a twitch.tv. We're having audio issues today. You know, it's random. Sometimes we get little pops and clicks and ground issues, sometimes we don't. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn, and a bit of the old flipping of the houses. We're going to be playing some House Flipper today on a Wednesday's Ends Day. That's not a Wednesday's Ends Day, so I didn't title it Wednesday's Ends Day, and I don't know why I'm calling it Wednesday's Ends Day, but say Wednesday's Ends Day that many times that quickly, and you can also be a live streamer on Twitch. It's actually not that difficult, is what I've found. Somehow I make a living at it, so proof is in the pudding. Hello, Noah Kron, the 14th Doctor, and a guy called Jim, and Kenneth Wan. You're here early today. What, says Kenneth Wan. I had the points. Pawn's getting desperate. The mainstream media knows he can't hide the truth forever. House Flipper is another burger people. Is a nothing burger people. Are you saying something that has to do with Soylent Green, Jim? I never know what Jim is saying. Sup, gamers? This is Secret Driver Pony. Sup, East West Side. Detroit helped me finish last place in pub quiz the other week. I got the question right, but it didn't prevent eternal trivia shame, says Casper Fieldy. Oh, Casper! Casper's here! Jesus, everybody's here! How did Detroit help you lose? I guess that's pretty much all that Detroit does these days, isn't it? Welcome to House Flipper. Welcome back to House Flipper. We've been flipping houses on Wednesdays basically since the day after House Flipper came out, because it is an excellent game that just gives you so much satisfaction. Major performance issues, you know, some day one, month one bugs. Not a big deal, though. I highly recommend the game. Every time I open the damn thing, the developers have put out another huge batch of fixes and improvements and stuff. So we're looking forward to the day when they, well, probably the month that they sit down and try and optimize the game graphically a little bit better and smooth things out. But regardless of when that comes, and it better come, but regardless, it is an excellent game that's fun as hell, that gives you just a huge sense of satisfaction when you go into a home that looks like it's abandoned on the streets of Detroit, like all the homes around me. and then you paint it and install plumbing and things, and then boom, look, I'm so satisfied. In a way that you can't if you live in Detroit and try to do the same thing here, because you'll just be assaulted in the street by people who, women beaters who the police couldn't be bothered to drag away, and then the drug dealers have moved in across the street. You're like, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the neighborhood. Who are these guys? Oh, they're selling crack, aren't they? Yeah, they're selling crack. So, anyway, House Flipper, welcome to a game. We're just gonna continue. That's what we're gonna do. Pawn? A, are we playing Myst 1 next? And B, is it going to be the original version of Real Myst Masterpiece Editions as a 14th Doctor? I think when we continue on in the Myst series, I think we go on to the next Myst game as opposed to going backwards. You know, we'll get back to Myst eventually, but I think cooler to look at Myst 3, cooler to look at the third game that came out in the Myst series and see the technological advancements and what they came up with to do with 3D skyboxes, animated stuff. I think go forward from here, because we've already gotten a lot of backstory and context from Riven. So going back to Myst will be kind of the cherry on the top at the end, and you can see where it all started. And the graphics that blew our mind back when Myst came out, we looked at it and went, oh my god, look at these graphics that do not hold up today. At all. But they were mind-blowing in the time. What? Oh god. So, the bot is broken, the cheers aren't coming through, the ice creams aren't coming through, and Noah's panicking. Oh god! We changed a lot. I asked Noah to, we've been working together on trying to figure out how we're going to implement our own little economy on top of bits. How pawn points, which you will come to see referenced as PP from now on, how pawn points convert from bits and things like that. So let's see if we can't get it working, and I'll walk you through the new changes to the pawn point system. I'm looking at this here, and, you know, graphics look good. The smoothness looks good, rather. You know, that's the important thing. Is it smooth? Are we getting 60 frames? Right now we're getting 114 frames, so... Oh, God, okay, well, except for when it stutters and jumps and stuff like that. Those are the optimizations we're looking for, makers of this game. Also, I think there's no audio right now. Settings? Sound? Yeah, that's a thing that I probably did. There we go. You know what I woke up today and had stuck in my head from the moment I got out of bed, and I'm very thankful for it because it's beautiful. Chase... Is it like Holfelder or something like that? He does the, on YouTube, he does the minor song conversions from others. He takes popularly known songs and then does them in a minor key, and it just changes them entirely. And, the best, in my opinion, that I've ever heard that is just, like, heart-wrenching and moving and fucking beautiful and love to listen to it, and the one that got stuck in my head this morning is, Girls... They want to have fun. Oh, those girls just want to have fun. That's all they really want. Some fun when the working day is done. When the working day is done. That's all they really want. It's beautiful. It's way better than that. The guy called Jim. What are you doing, bud? I'm sorry. You gotta check out Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, the Cyndi Lauper song, as covered by Chase Holfelder and Shaven Maven. You look him up, the minor version of Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. It's good. It's good. That's all they really want. Some fun. Yeah, he's way better singer than I am. Welcome to House Flipper. I'm just gonna check my mail the way that I usually do at home. Okay, so these people mailed me. They've got some subject lines. Alright, I'll look at that in a day or three. That's basically how I do it. If you're ever trying to get a hold of me by email, good luck, Mom. I literally do have like 2 messages from my mom sitting in my email box. It's just, I'm just putting it off. Just, you know, I gotta do some programming today for the front end of the API. I got, you know, I'll get back to it. It'll hold. Sorry, Grandma and Mom, and just everybody, really. Sorry, all of those notices about your new privacy schedules or whatever. We're changing our GDPR-LQF policy. I'm sorry, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I really will. No need to fear for copyright strike. Artists wouldn't want to be associated with this in any way possible. Yes, the algorithm will not confuse. That's all I really want! That rendition for the actual song. They go, no, that's not even MIDI. So we're not even doing house repairs anymore, people. That ain't worth my time. Is it? Is it worth my... That ain't worth my time. I'm an 89,000 year after selling 2 homes. 2 homes in the game. I have never, by the way, in this game, put plaster on a wall. A whole mechanic I just haven't even done yet. It's not been required for the houses that I bought and sold. It's not been required in any of the email jobs that I've gotten. It's just not. It's just not there. Kenneth's trying to restart and reboot the bot right now. He's working on it. Noah's working on it. Try not and crash the bot while he's opening it, or else it's kind of self-defeating. But look at this. I don't know what I bought. This is what I bought them for. Yeah, because I know that I sold both of them for like over $50,000, which is pretty good for houses that are like 300 and some square foot, or apparently 30 some square meters, which is just fucking weird. You people with your math. Hey! It's working! It's working! Bodhi! Ice creaming. Any thoughts on the new Fallout? There's a new Fallout? Those are my thoughts on it, right there. Hi, Tess. Did you explain the new stuff yet? I was playing CS. You were trying to fix the bot. Don't pretend like I was busy. You were... The new stuff yet that I need to explain. Maybe I should buy a house before we do so. So I got 89,000 bucks. House with uninvited guests. We got a connoisseur's house. We've got house after a flood. Many generations house. Ooh. What's the most expensive mofo I could buy? I could actually afford that and then not be able to do anything with it because it's 2,000 less than what I have. Or I could get a home and a car. Oh, that'd be cool. I kind of like and want to keep working with these small shit houses. So let's go back to the one that I believe is like the first house you're supposed to take that I didn't, and buy the abandoned house. I'm making huge ROIs on these things, you know? Buy them for 31, sell them for 50 something. That's you know, 2/5 of my... You bought a new house! Again, developers, I'm going to say this again. When you click a button that spends $30,000, you might want to have a confirmation dialogue, just off the top of my head. Maybe you want to say, are you sure? No, stay. Stay, people. How do I back out of this? Escape. Alright, let's go visit the new house that I just bought, and let's spend $2,000 in order to make it $20,000 more sellable. Head off to the abandoned house, and when we get there, as we go there, I'm going to tell you about the new features that have been added to Nobot that are presently in testing. Welcome to our beta test group. You're it. So, it's the Secret of Funny Cheering 5. Surely you know all about it since Detroit is already a wasteland. Kappa. Yeah, I know how to make a piece of shit house that just needs to be knocked over semi-almost livable again. I'm an expert in that field. However, Pony, since you just cheered 5 bits, actually nothing really happened there. But, we have a system now in place where cheering 10 bits or more gives 1 pawn point, okay? Cheering, see, so that's 10. It's basically a 1 to 10 ratio. So if you cheer 10, you're gonna get 1 pawn point. If you cheer 20, it's gonna be 2 pawn points. 33. Up to $1, if it's not up to $1, but, you know, add $1, it'd be, you get 10 pawn points for $1, right? Is that how that works? I think that's how we're doing it. I'm actually eating ice cream right now, says Casper VLD. Basically, we've come up with an economy where your cheering allows you to cheer more via the ice cream system. Cheer 10! Hey, it's Superman, says Zorglob. You just got a pawn point. We've also updated the system so that pawn points are given out once every 3 minutes. Right, Noah? Once every 3 minutes, you will get 1 more pawn point. The cost of each ice cream is 10 pawn points, so in a half an hour, you get the equivalent of 1 pawn point. There is a lot to this system. I've got it written down here, generally speaking. There's a lot of things to this system, including the idea that if you are in your ice cream cooldown time and you cheer actual bits, it negates your cooldown time. And then you can ice cream again immediately. So, you know, abuse that, why don't you? We've got a lot of things. I should really explain them. Maybe when we come back from the first live stream break, I'll get into them. I'll sit down and explain them entirely. But right now, experiment, have fun. There's a new API in place. We've got our own economy built here. I don't think the cooldown is working, lol, says Noah Craw. Damn it. You are part of our beta test here. Zorglov giving us some wisdom. All political power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their benefit, and that they have at all times an undeniable and indefeasible right to alter their form of government in such a manner as they may think expedient. Under that gospel, the citizen who thinks he sees that the Commonwealth's political clothes are worn out, and yet holds his peace and does not agitate for a new suit, is disloyal. He is a traitor. Thank you for the wisdom. No, but thank you. And Zorglov. Cheer 5. Pawn, I've sent 6 cheers today, and you haven't seen or read any of them. This is representative of the flaws inherent in the system. What system, I have no idea, but still, well then, it is your responsibility, and you are a traitor if you do not agitate for a new system that works better. And since Noah is the one building it, go agitate Noah. Stick him in a laundry machine. Welcome Welcome to the house that I just bought for, bear in mind, I think $31,000. $31,000. Exterior, not that bad. I mean, it's an old style. It's vertical wood slat siding kind of a thing. But it ain't that bad. A little overgrown, but, you know, come out here with a lawnmower. We'll be fine. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of creams coming through. Just a lot of them. Casper VLD still had 7 minutes left on the cooldown, but did it come through anyway? Is that what you're saying? Scream pee pee poo poo. Pee pee poo poo. What is the ice cream cooldown, says Kenneth1. After you use ice cream, we have gotten rid of the idea that you can only ice cream so many times per live stream. Now, it's just a cooldown timer. You can ice cream, and then 10 minutes later, you'll be able to ice cream again. Unless you are a subscriber of the Ronin Pawn, in which case you can ice cream once every 5 minutes. So that's the cooldown. After each ice cream, you have to wait 10 minutes, and then you can ice cream again. The negation of that is if you subscribe, resubscribe, or cheer in that time. Yes, we have created a pay-to-win mobile game version of an economy through our bot on Twitch. Just gonna reach around and pat myself on the back. We are one step closer to becoming EA. Keeps your ice cream from melting. Who's your ice cream pawn? Make your own house, says 14th Doctor. I don't know that you can do that. I don't know. How long is the ice cream cooldown? 10 minutes. This is far too complicated. Yes, it is. It's very complicated. That's why you'll just have to experiment. Oh, okay. So, the interior, not quite as good as the exterior. Door kind of hanging off the hinges. Lots of black mold here that's grown underneath our wallpaper, is what I'm seeing. Somebody's come through with their... You know, somebody moved out in a hurry and left all the boxes behind. Can I open that door, even though it's kind of half off the hinges? We got somebody's, like, sleeper sofa bed mattress. Hold on, Goramit, read this. Never mind, it's working. Pi just didn't have a cooldown because he cheered. I actually saw that. When you say it, Noah, I don't necessarily care. Thank you, Noah. Does seem to be working. We will cover in more detail the new system. We're gonna have to have, like, an FAQ on our economy here. So there's, like, a little bedroomy kind of a thing. Around here, I'm guessing kitchen? Kitchen. Oh my god, this is, like, the same layout as the house I just did! Oh, you fuckers. Why would they do that? They control... Oh, I stepped right through them! Oh, they're on my shoes! They're on my shoes! I walked right through the goddamn cockroaches. Okay, can I get out this window? No. Let me out. Ah, I've got the cobwebs in my hair. Ah! I didn't want this house. This house sucks. Can I sell it again right now? You could, actually. I could try and sell it again right now. So, when will we have Patreon integrations, is Kenneth1? This is the beta test, if never, or eventually. So, or somewhere between those two. Okay, I don't want to clean the window. I guess I'll clean out the house. This is exactly the layout of the other house that they sold me. I guess it's neat that I get to do something... you know, new with the... It's not that neat, damn it. It's not that neat. I'd much prefer to have a completely different layout before, like, maybe deeper in the game, I don't know. I mean, these houses, in terms of the amount of monies and you're supposed to buy them in the order, they were, like, 2 apart. And you're gonna give me a duplicate house? I believe this is the exact same layout as the one we did on the last live stream. And what a bitch and a half that is. And they're not procedurally generated, as far as I know. They're just put in there. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay, peel these up. Pull out my vacuum cleaner. Let's suck up some cockroaches. Oi. Oy vey. Okay. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. That's a little disappointing, you know, when you're gonna control, like... I was happy to see that it wasn't procedurally generated, because it's like, cool, they've controlled things, they've thought about the experience that the player's gonna have, they get to, you know, a good tutorial kind of... It's really hard to make a good tutorial or to introduce your game well to new players if you're going to have procedural generation. Because you don't control what the player ends up seeing, do you? You know? You can... That's the thing, is you have to set in your own standards for what's going to happen there. I'm going to clean that and keep that. I'm going to clean that and keep that. I'm going to clean that and keep that. And that and that and that and that. All the things. All of those can be saved. This is a nice stove. This is a very nice color, you know, thing here. If it weren't completely messed up and broken, I'd keep all this as well. That refrigerator needs to go somewhere and die. while I'm going, I'm gonna go ahead and delete you. This thing is missing its walls. This is definitely like, oh wait, can they open? Can I, wait, go to one. Can I open the doors? No, I just can't walk into it for some reason, but it's missing its doors and stuff. This is definitely the experience of buying a foreclosed Detroit home. Yeah, I don't think we'll keep that sink. We could have made a Halloween-themed house, though, if I would have left it. And the toilet, it's not worth anything, so it's just completely trashed. This somehow isn't, which is weird. You're going. That's worth money. Oh my god! I love that! I love that you can see. No, that area is clean, because it wasn't exposed to anything. Is it fair that when someone drops a tenner on pawn, they get 1,000 pawn points? They don't get 1,000 pawn points for a tenner. It's a 1-to-10 ratio, Noah. Tell me you didn't do the math wrong. That means you divide by 10. If they give me $10, $1 is 10 pawn points. $10 is 100. That's how that's supposed to work. Oh, God. Who did I hire to do my back? There we go. We're gonna start cleaning it now. Yeah, we'll leave the... No, we won't. You guys, go back to the store where somebody bought you at some point. You are ugly lights. I hate you. You need to die. I also hate the oven overhangs. Can I sell the cobwebs? No, you can't. They're worth something to someone. I'm gonna sell off the sink and all this because it's just broke ass. It's broke ass. Ice cream. Make a bathroom with 3 toilets for the lulz, says Rookie. Don't point out things that make me go, about the game. Because you kinda can't, can you? You can only have the toilet where the toilet fixture is, you can only have the sink where the sink ain't. There are limitations, but I'm sure, you know, due to the popularity of this game, once they get through just handling like the optimization issues and bugs and things, they'll start looking first at DLC, but eventually at, you know, updates that allow you to do stuff like that. Can we integrate the ability for players to actually place their own, like, mountings, their own service outlets? Ice cream. Oh yeah, well I mean maths is literally the only subject I've got a C for, so... Alright, that's fine. I was always bad at the basics in math too, you know? Understand the big premises, but go to do the addition and subtraction, multiplication and whatnot, that's a little bit tricky. It has been for me all of my life. Thank God for calculators that my school kind of discouraged the use of, you know? They wanted to see your work on paper, and I guess I could have used the calculator and then written it down, but yeah, I was just doing it by hand. You know, I was so poor I didn't have calculators. We didn't have the internet back when I was a youth, and I had to walk uphill both ways on my way to school every day in 6 feet of snow, and then the Nazis, that was a problem for me, I don't. You're building a foreclosed Detroit shithole home, says a guy called Jim. I am. There's a shit ton of limitations, to be honest. I'm building a friggin' giant 1920s conference center thing from scratch here, says a guy called Jim. You mean in The Sims? In The Sims, you're doing that sort of a thing? Yeah. I mean, that's actually the fun of the game, though, is also the fact that you've got limitations here. You're not building from nothing. You come in the way that you would in the real world. This is a simulator when we get down to it. Come into a home that you purchased, and you have to deal with, you know, where the things are, where the fixtures are, where the fittings are, and yeah, in the real world you could rip things out and rerun them if you wanted to, but also in the real world, that's a shit ton of work. A lot of work, a lot of money, if not money, a lot of work and a lot of time. Oh god, it's Detroit, I need to close and lock the doors behind me. So, it's part of the fun of the game that there are these limitations in place that you have to work within them, and then seeing what you can come up with within those limitations. That lamp actually looks okay. I mean, these lamps tend to look really ugly to me, that style, but in that color and everything, I'm saving that lamp. We're gonna build the rest of the house around the friggin' lamp. Let's see, yeah, gonna clean these windows and ledges and sills and stuff. I do have a bit of the dirt showed on radar, so if I just open my eyes, then we'll be able to see it. Over here in the bedroom, the last time we did this house, because this is just a carbon copy of the last one we did, this bedroom went away, and we created a wide open, you know, floor plan, and then I sold a house without a bedroom for, $50-some thousand, to, I think it was the bro, There's like a bro in the buyer's list, you know? There's somebody who's like the alpha male or something. I believe I got an achievement when we sold that house to him for, you know, the alpha males have moved in or something like that. We sold it to him without a bedroom, but I think they actually considered that it was a bedroom and there was just no living room, even though there was a couch and no... I don't know what it was, but it was weird the way that they interpreted the AI things interpreted it. But, so this time, I think what we want to do is keep the bedroom. We'll keep the bedroom, we'll knock out the wall to the kitchen, we'll have the kitchen there. Did I have a bedroom the last time we did this? I did have a bedroom last time we did this, yeah, because I used this space right here and we came in and it was a small bedroom that was there, yeah. What was the deal with that house? It was wide open otherwise. I don't know, I'm confused. I'm confused. My mom just bought a new house, we're rerunning the plumbing and the electricity, says Casper VLD. That's fun. I actually did have fun doing that. Sadly, I don't have the strength or energy, wherewithal, to do most of the work around here. I'll tell you the work that we're doing on my $2,500 foreclosed home presently that my dad's worked on today. He put in some security grating for the front windows that are right out on the porch. And he ran a new electrical, or he's in the process of, I don't know where he is, running a new electrical outlet to the exterior on the possibility that Rex Skates comes and visits me sometime this month, because we haven't really talked about it, but on a live stream there was some, what if I, but we'll have an outdoor electrical outlet for being able to hook up, say, an RV parked in the lot next door, if Rex were to come out. I actually have a ceiling fan in this office right now running to try and help keep me somewhat cool in this room with 900 overhead lights and 2 computers running at the same time. No more open plans, says Noah Crop, but it's so small. It's just like, maybe we could just make a whole bunch of walls and intentionally make this house feel claustrophobic. Just to have, like, a room that walks into a room that walks into a room. There's no place to sit, no place to stand. It's just a house of doors. You know, a fun house. A fun house of doors. The safest house possible. It'd be good for selling drugs out of, because you have the customers come in, they have to stand behind door number 1 and be locked in there while you get the stuff and then hand it through a thing, and yeah, that's what we'll do. Scrub those weeds, says Orglob. I'm scrubbing as hard as I can. Scrubbing just as fast as I can. Holding on to one another's hand. Trying to find a way to sell this house because it is a giant piece of shit. Why did I buy it? And then she said, where is the dirt now? Whoa! Look at my, what is that? On my mini-map. See the mini-map in the corner? Look. Did God scrape his ass along the top of my house? Because it seems to be on a separate level, doesn't it? Doesn't that scrape of that shit stain as I'm moving back and forth, doesn't it seem to be moving at a different rate than the ones underneath it? And what the hell am I supposed to do about that? It's clearly on the roof. Maybe it's... Is it, like, here where... Maybe there's a basement in this house or something. What the hell? I've never seen that. It's a giant scrape. I think it's a bug. Pier 5, that's where they drag the bodies out, says Steve Every Pony. Maybe. Maybe. There's apparently more dirt. I don't really need to clean all this if I'm knocking down these walls, and guess what I'm doing? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe we'll use everything as it is, no walls come down, because we're doing a house we've already done, you know? So no walls come down, we work with the existing layout, the floor plan, and try and make it as nice as possible. I really do much prefer, doing your own, you know, floor plan. I think that that's, like, a huge part of the fun of this, but considering that we've literally already done this floor plan before, maybe we'll leave it as it is and just see what we can get out of not, you know? Why is there, there's dirt somewhere here. Is it? Ah, it's on the ceiling. Of course. Ice Cream. Star Citizen just released a $27,000 ship package. Can you buy it and show it off for us, says Casper? Tell you what, I'll contact the developers and see if they're willing to give me a key. Hey guys, want me to show off your $27,000 ship package? I'll go through every single one of them on a live stream. All you have to do is give it to me, and then they give it to me, and there ain't no fucking way if somebody hands me something that they think is worth $27,000 that I am opening that package that is going on eBay day one, minute one. Tier 5, do the houses get any bigger than this, as a guy called Jim? They get huge, actually. They get multi-story basements, garages, and stuff like that. But you know me. I'm kind of a fan. I'm kind of a fan of... Where the hell is this dirt? It's the door, Pawn. It's the door itself. Well, I'm not having a front door in Detroit. Or a back door in Detroit. We've got all the dirt that I can see on the minimap now. We're cleaned up and ready to go. So what the hell are we going to do with this piece of shit? I don't know. Is this bed salvageable? It is. Alright, we're going to use this bed as a color base for this room. Oh, that lamp is so good. We got 2 of them already, too. Excellent. Turn the lights on. I can barely see myself in here. Damn it! The house needs to be regrounded. Yeah. My cheer resets other people's cooldowns, is a guy called Jim? That's not how it's supposed to be. Oh, guys. I woke up this morning. You ever wake up with this? Woke up, and apparently because of the way that I slept, which I think was actually on my back, which is unusual for me, felt very good waking up because I slept like on my back with my head a little bit tilted, and then I immediately moved, and like there's that strand in the back of your neck on one side from your top of your skull all the way back that just goes, yeah! And you spend the rest of the morning like walking around with a really rigid head posture, because if I turn my head, like that hurts like a motherfucker right now. How do you make cheering resets everyone's cooldown out of that, says Noah Craw. That's actually an interesting idea. Should we have a certain like donation level where it's like, you know, or a cheer level or some kind of event in chat where it's like, hey, reset everybody's cooldown! Now everybody can annoy Pawn. No, I don't... Actually, let's not do that, I'm thinking. But, you know, it was an idea. Thank God we dismissed it. Pick up this sofa and get it out of here. I want to start in... Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do it like a painter does it. I'm not going to drag the sofa all the way out. I'll put it in the middle of the room and we'll dance around it with our paint buckets. Let's paint the interior here. We're going to use this as our color inspiration. This and the pre-existing flooring, because again... Like, this nice light flooring, it's a little aged and weathered and shit. It probably is going. We'll base it off of this, and we'll replace the flooring as well. So, how do I get into the place where you buy your things? Harshy blows. So, paints, we'll start with the paint, and, how about black? Black room. I'm just, actually, if I can just get a little bit more of, like, the sofa colors... in my view, there we go. So we've got these colors over here and here that we're working with. So let's have a gray fog. Boom, done. Gray fog. And then it's very, like, dark for a room like this. But gray fog, and yes, my father is working in the basement. You can hear the hammering. Ice cream. Maybe if someone drops, like, $100 cheer, it resets everyone to active party mode or something. I don't know. Says no. Yeah, that's... We're really reaching now. Listen... we're also thinking... Oh, I'm taking that. I'm taking ripe pear. Fuck it. It's ectoplasm is what it is. It's goo. As we're designing this, we're not just designing this for, like, what works for us. At least, while I'm thinking about it, while we're talking about it, in my head is what makes sense in the long run for, you know, if we develop this system to the point where we can distribute it to others. What makes sense for streamers generally. And we're trying to build it in a way that it's, you know, an open platform. Ice cream. Pawn, is someone jerking off in your house? The Jolly Green Giant. Because that's a solid banging is what that is. Ice cream. Pawn, did you see that pink baby blue 90s bed? Get the 90s bed. I've already got a... You made me shake my head, you fucker! Oh, I've already got a bed! Fucker! Owie. Owie, give me my paint roller. Where's my paint roller? It's like number 3. It's number 3, Pawn. Okay, so which walls are going to be what colors? Ecto, goo, and gray are the colors that I've chosen. I think you don't want the neighbors to know that you've painted a room ecto goo. I was gonna say ecto goo on the exterior walls so the neighbors can't see it, and then the gray on the interior. I think I do like that. Let's start with the gray. Maybe the ecto goo was a bad idea. Let's start with the gray, and we'll start painting the interior walls. The gray will go all along those two walls. So, get me started. I do have the benefits of being able to paint 2 strips at once. Yes, there's hammering going on. Aren't you a clever one? And then, over along here... Oh, gotta paint that corner. Don't miss that little bit. Wait, no, paint it. Thank you. And... like that, and damn it. Am I supposed to stand on the furniture? Do painters stand on the furniture as they paint? Probably some of them do. Probably some of them do. And then drag the roller right over the top of the furniture as they move through. Come on! Yeah, there you go. There you go. A little bit more on all those. Bam! There's that wall, and it's fucking beautiful. It's gorgeous color, isn't it? Hang on. Hang on. We've got... okay, so... the Hauppauge that we use for capture doesn't... it has a weird color space, and I've never been able to figure out what I'm supposed to do about that. And how, like, there's monitor color profiles, and I've never found one that matches it exactly, so I've been doing things manually and by myself. Doing color corrections on the fly. So, if I jack up the brightness and lower the contrast even more than I already have, can you start to see something like what I'm seeing? That's getting a lot closer. It's still darker than what I'm seeing, but I've now dropped the contrast to -18 and I've bumped the brightness up to 14 there, so that you can see the actual outlines of the wall instead of it all being lost in darkness. That being said, because of that, the mini-map is now swamped out. I just can't find a proper, like, distribution for this. So I'm going to set the brightness to nothing, and I'm going to... if I turn off full dynamic range, and then turn the contrast back up a bit, okay? Because that's the thing, is like dealing with color profiles, there's dynamic ranges and contrast levels, digital vibrance, and all this shit. How does that look to you? Because that looks a lot closer to what I'm seeing, although I've got giant studio angles or studio lights in my eyes. That looks a fair bit closer to what I'm seeing, and the brightness isn't swamping things out. Yeah, that's close-ish. Turn up the bitrates, says Noah Craw. It's the color profile, it's not the bitrates. I have no confidence that this color is going to go with that at all. I just fell in love with it the moment that I saw it. So, I'm thinking maybe this color we'll do in another room. We'll do in another room, okay? We'll use the ectoplasm over there. But, what goes with this? I mean, this is a nice match for the bed and whatnot. Can I get myself, like, a light mauve kind of a green? A light mauve kind of a green. Lime, for example? Spring grass seems... actually, it's a little lighter than I'd had in mind, but I think that would actually work well in here, because if you're going to have a dark wall, then you better have a bright one to try and balance it out. So, lime or spring grass? Ice cream. Wait, no, Cheer 5. No, Paul, I'd have the goo in the goth rooms. Kenneth 1, ice cream. What's my cooldown, damn it? Noah, can we have a way to check our cooldown without having to actually try to spend points, maybe by making a blank ice cream statement? Oh, you had a blank ice cream statement, Kenneth. For a moment there, I don't know where we stand right now, but for a moment there, Noah built in a blank cream just for you. If you ice creamed blank, it was supposed to report just to you a special message, because you found that bug. Ice cream still looks emo as shit. Also, you've never reading chat again, are you? By the way, the bitrate comment wasn't referring to color, it was referring to the obvious compression artifact. Obvious compression artifacts in this game? You fucking kidding me? If I turn up the bitrate anymore, some people won't be able to view. So yeah, if you want to be an asshole, Noah. Yeah, well, that is Noah, isn't it? That's basically it. Sounds reddish pinkish. I'm going to go spring grass. Spring grass sounds nice. It sounds lovely. Yes, it's a nice, you know, neutral-ish. It's a beige green is what it is. It's something that's not going to scare people away so much, but I think will play very nicely against that dark bluish gray wall is the way that it's appearing on my monitor. And it will match our bed to a certain extent. I mean, the bed's a little bit, you know, darker green kind of a thing, but here, come on, I should refill the paint roller. You should suck on the paint roller. You know what? For my own convenience, this needs to move over here, and you need to move somewhere else. There you go. Yeah, are you seeing that? It's not dark, it's dark, but it's got blues in it. There's a blue hint. You know what? You're a problem for me as well. And you don't light up for some reason. Stand out there. Ah, I quit bumping my head on the damn thing. Give me this. Give me this. Right? That's the color we're using? These people, they live in a completely... Dramacian calling up some wisdom for us. No, but saying these people, they live in a completely different world than the one with air and ground and stuff. So yeah, if we're going to talk about something today, that's pretty apt, because I wanted to talk about Detroit. I wanted to talk about where I stand with my house, what's going on around here, and also about the fact that I just, last night, emailed the law offices of Feiger Law, which is Jeffrey Feiger's, law firm, or at least a front-facing... It's his firm, I suppose. It's really mainly a referral service to other lawyers, I think, and then, they get to pick and choose which cases they want to take based on everything that comes through. But it's very much, there's a lot of referral going on there. Jeffrey Feiger, if you're from Michigan, is a name you will definitely know. If you're from America, is a name you may very well know. Dear Five, are you moving to Belgium yet? Asked a guy called Jim. Well, that's what we need to decide on this live stream. How do we deal with the Detroit conundrum? Because this city ain't getting any better. And it doesn't seem that anyone's too interested in making it better or doing anything that's good for the people or even acknowledging really the massive amounts of problems. They just want to try and market away the issues here. They want to sell everybody an idea of a Detroit that doesn't exist. Oh, it's fun, nightlife, and oh yeah, and everybody... And then you try and come down and move in this fucking town just about anywhere. I mean, we have neighborhoods that have mansions from, because Detroit was obviously a very wealthy town at one point during the automotive boom. Neighborhoods with mansions where, you could own a mansion that you probably paid a cost of just a regular sort of a house for. I love that. That's good. I don't love it actually, but it's good. It worked out okay. You buy a mansion for probably the regular cost of a house and be living two doors down from some drug dealers who have squatted in one of those mansions. It's, and, as far as I see, no one's actually trying to address the issues. They're just trying to go on the evening news and pretend like they're not happening. I mean, literally, the police in this town are, proud of the fact that their response times are only 15 minutes for Priority 1. Only a quarter of an hour in Priority 1 event. And as I've said many times, I've done the 911 log, public-facing 911 log calculations myself. The Priority 1 is about 15 minutes. The Priority 2, 48 minutes. Somewhere around 48 minutes. So if you're not being killed presently, but you anticipate being killed soon, that's going to be a Priority 2. And that's going to take them up to, well, not up to, 45 minutes is the average. It means you might get lucky and they'll be there in 20, which is also abysmal for a police response time. You also might get unlucky and they just won't come that day at all, because it's an average. So, it's likely to see response times that are an hour and a half, like all of the times that I have called the City of Detroit police, including when there was a man, threatening my home who had just beaten a woman who was hiding in my home because the police wouldn't fucking protect her. Noah Craw, I screaming, I'm watching a Detroit Become Human playthrough. Pretty good game, by the way. Even 20 years in the future, the Detroit police still don't give a shit. Well, no surprise, no one's trying to address the issues today. How would they fix them in future? So there's, bedroom colors. Yes, I'm sticking with them. We'll really light the hell up, we'll light the hell out of this room. We'll put some paintings, on that side of things. It does seem darker for what you're seeing than what I'm seeing, though. I will say that. Give me this back, and put it in here, and maybe when I drop it in here this time and I turn the light on. What the hell is wrong with you, buddy? Can I, like, it's not doing the thing that it should be doing here. If I just sell it off. It's broken, it's bad, it's damaged, it doesn't work. That's what we'll assume. And then we'll put in a, installation, we'll put in the nice Switch. For $28, we'll put in the regular Switch. These prices are fucking ridiculous, by the way. The Switch and the faceplate and everything would be $3 to $5. The Switch itself probably less than $2, and then the faceplate is less than $1. $3 for those, but you're paying $14 apparently. All right, can I now? The fuck is wrong? Maybe this is broken. All right, you're burned out. I'm gonna assume you're burned out, but I like your color. So let me see if I can't buy ceiling lamps that are the same color as that, and get it right. Is it navy? No. Is it? Are you gonna tell me that the only reason that it looks like that is because it's damaged and I can't have one that's that color? I think that's what they're saying. Because white, orange, lily, pink for baby boy, navy is friggin' like somebody wrapped their old jeans around a lamp, stripes on a black background, red and yellow. None of those are that color. That's a nice looking lamp. It's a gunmetal. They gotta save something for the DLC, don't they? Tier 5, you gotta replace bulbs. I'd love to, but I can't. I can't. As far as I'm aware, I can't. When I mouse over it with my hands, I can only pick the whole thing up. Alright, the two lights that I really liked, and it is getting dark in here, because the sun's going down, and I didn't wash the windows. I need to wash them, rather. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Those are kind of the best lamps that I've found in the game for, like, just filling the space with light. To be honest with you, this ceiling lamp tube, they're kind of the best out of everything. They throw the light in a way that's nice. I like the orange ones because they stand out. Let's do Lily. Let's do Lily in this room. Put you in there, and then, god damn it, turn a light on. There we go. See? Things still look darker to me on that screen than what they should. Let me see if I can't do something about that. Because, you know, it's basically about dropping the contrast at this point. I don't want to increase the brightness because it swamps out things that are light colored. I'll go up 2 on the brightness. And then maybe increase the saturation just a bit. Is this saturation? Yeah, that should be saturation. So that you're getting more of the colors I'm seeing. It's subtle, but it's subtle. There we go. That's what we're gonna go with. Huh? Tell me if that looks alright. Tell me if those colors look... Tell me if those colors look like what I'm seeing. How are we supposed to know that, bud? Shut up. Shut up. Pick you up, put you against that wall. I think that's the way that that's going to be. Is tucked into this corner. Like so. Yeah, that's alright. For a nice little bed. The room actually feels nice and spacious here. Let's go ahead and mount a radiator. Let's do the things where I don't have to make, you know, design aesthetic choices. Because, you know, we can just get them done. So we'll assemble a radiator. Ooh! I am quite fast at doing the fittings now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's so much better than it used to be. Yeah, that's looking nice. That's looking like an okay room. I don't know about the Lily, but fuck it. We've already done this one before. I can't be bothered. How's the bathroom again? Close up. Alright, living room next. Living room next, and actually, I need a lamp in here so we can see what the hell I'm doing. I think I've actually nailed it in terms of you guys seeing something very close to what I'm seeing. Holy poop, I just ninja grabbed a mosquito out of the air with my thumb and pointer fingers, says Noah Graw. It was epic! You need one of those? Next with chopsticks, Daniel-san. And then you can come get me out of Detroit. You know, they've been talking about doing another, like, Escape From movie. Kurt Russell. How about Escape from Detroit? That's set in present time. It's not a near future where things get any worse. No, it's just right now. How about that? Give me another ceiling lamp. Because we need to... Am I going to do the same color? I really hate Lily. I don't like that pattern at all. It feels like old and grandma and ugly. So I'm going to use it again. Because apparently that's what I do around... That's what I'm going to do anyway. Use you again. Just... It's friggin' light in here. There we go. That's, man, harsh shadows and stuff. That's what's cool about this game, is that, you know, this is how shitty it would look before you finish the lighting. I know, because I've lived in my own home. So this room has to use my ectoplasm, or the kitchen could be ectoplasmic. I think I want to use the ectoplasm in here. The kitchen would actually be pretty good in ectoplasm, wouldn't it? I do the whole kitchen. Let's do the kitchen first, in ecto, in goo. So I'm going to need another ceiling lamp. A guy called Jim Turing5, in all seriosity, though, would you actually want to move to another country? Actually, that might be a rhetorical question with how much you bitch about America. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I would like to. I am very interested in moving to Europe. Somewhere in the Europes. Yes. I don't want to be in this country anymore. I don't have faith in the political system. I don't have faith that anything's going to pull back. America stands for, I've said it before, I'll say it again, America does not stand for democracy and freedom and all those shiny things they like to put on their friggin' bumper stickers. Oh, ectoplasmic walls. America stands for winner, winner, chicken dinner. It stands for, and the message that it sends to the world at large is, if you win, then you're fine. It is, the ends justify the means. That is our national philosophy. If you are a winner, if you make money at what you're doing, if you're successful, if you can do something illegal without getting caught, if you can get caught but somehow avoid punishment by power of just subverting the justice system, it's fine. If you got a bunch of money and justice doesn't apply to you because you can afford it, that's what we do around here. Good work. Good job, you. That's America. And I don't agree. I'm not interested in that philosophy. Wouldn't Escape from Detroit, says Kenneth, be some coming-of-age drama where someone goes to college and never goes back? What? We've already got Grosse Pointe Blank. I guess that was kind of Escape from Detroit. I mean, moving to another country has the Trump benefit, as in you won't have to deal with the Donalds, says Casper. Yeah, but the Donald isn't a problem. The people who elected the Donald is the problem. You know, as George Carlin pointed out, garbage in, garbage out. If you have a shit electorate of ignorant, fucking misogynist, racist, short-sighted people who don't give a shit about anyone who they can't see directly, and even the people they can see directly, a fair few of those don't give a shit about too, then guess what kind of leaders you're gonna get out of that pool? America is a battle royale, said Noah. I've never heard a better explanation. That's exactly what it is. It's a biggest dog wins. It's an alpha male society. This country is the nearest to being cavemen possibly on the face of the earth. And I say that knowing that there are primitive cultures still around. Hey, Zorglob, cheering 20. I'll get to you. I say it knowing that there are still primitive cultures around that, you know, live in huts and things like that. Those people are fucking, you know, they've got societies where they rely on each other, where it's a community, a culture. Like, everyone has to work together in that society or else the culture fails because of the harshness of the environment. America is an every man for himself, free-for-all, 320 million men enter, one man exits fucking Thunderdome. That is this country, and that's what people want around here. The problem isn't the system, or the politics, or the history. No, it's the people. Because as the wisdom that came down when Zorglob asked Nobut for a bit of wisdom, if you feel that there is something wrong with the system and you do not augur for change, then you are a traitor to the system. Like, the people who are just sitting there happily, contentedly, and just bitch about their taxes and whatever, and they don't care about the systemic racism and the police that don't fucking come to the areas where mostly blacks live in Detroit, and that the children in Flint are now, their IQs, an entire generation of children from Flint's IQs is pegged because they've been exposed to so much lead their brains can't develop functionally. And what are the changes? Big fucking egg. Nothing comes of it. These people don't care. They don't care about each other. They barely care about themselves. Fuck them. I would love to repatriate. I'm gonna go over and find and scroll up a little bit now before we carry on. The EU itself is great, we just don't often notice what they do, says Casper VLD. Ice Cream, Viva la Mexico! Pawn goes south of the border and lives out in the desert. I would feel safer living in Mexico with all of the things that we hear about the drug trade and the cartels and the police who you have to bribe, you know. I would feel way safer in Mexico. Way safer in Mexico. And probably way more, like, just happy in a society because what I've been told from people who have lived there is that the Mexican society has a completely different system of time. You know, the nation just is so much more laid back. You go to the post office, and they're just closed in the middle of the day. And they've hung a sign that says, Mañana, you know? It wasn't enough business. We just decided to go home. Don't worry. We can always do it tomorrow. Are you in a hurry to get your mail out? And that's going to be like, are you kidding me? The post office, I gotta get this thing in the mail. In Mexico, it's so just normal that people just assume if you say, I'll get that to you Tuesday, it'll be there by Friday, probably. You know, I'll meet you somewhere at 2 p.m. You know, I'll meet you there around noon. That could be 4 hours. There's 4 or 5 hours. And that's just how their system works. It's just how their culture works. Can you imagine coming from the hectic fucking clenched society of America into that? Ice Cream, Ice Cream, I don't recall the last time I saw a bumper sticker poem, let alone a political one, says a guy called Jim. Oh, God. But two. My father lived down the street from a farmer who, in the Trump election, had, like, you know, Trump for America painted on a giant 4x8 just stuck out in his front yard with a wheelbarrow to hold it up. And, so the Donald is the symptom, not the disease. Point taken, says Casper. Absolutely. Cheer 20, just paint over all the black mold. It's what I'm gonna do. Grats on your 2 PPs, says Noah Cry. Yes, you cheered 20s. Zerglove cheered 20s, so you get two extra pipas. America's New Anthem and Casper VLD links to it. And Mexico is a fun country, but nearly impossible to do business in, says Casper VLD. Sounds great. Sounds great, you know? This nation is so fucking industrial. Everything we do is an industry. It has to be shoved through from one end to the other. You're producing. It's producing. And nobody will slow down and take the time to enjoy what they're doing or to do what they want to do. Parallel says, I've been on a unsolved mystery ghost video conspiracy kick for some days now, and just the conspiracies that were proven to be true is fucking astounding. And I added the fucking in Parallel, but yes it is. Like, no wonder America thinks it can do anything. Yeah. The institution that controls how much money exists in America was established by 7 rich people who got together and went out to Jekyll Island, if you couldn't have, like, a more ominous name, and with shotguns and briefcases sat down and agreed how they were going to control America for the next 1,000 years. And now the Federal Reserve is owned by those people. Including the people who own, like, our major banks, you know? The Rockefellers and the Chases, you know? These are Chase Bank. That's actual people. That's a family. The Chase family. If they decide that they want America to go into a giant fucking recession tomorrow, done. You know, they can unilaterally decide to just start printing money and create inflation in a moment. Done. It's privately owned. The Federal Reserve is a private institution. They print our money. And the government can't tell them to print money either. It's a really good idea, isn't it? So the thing that's controlled by the people, the government, or at least theoretically, has no authority over the printing of our own fucking dollar. Interesting way to go, isn't it? Yeah, the conspiracies that are actually real, that actually did happen. That's why we believe. That's why we believe that, you know, the towers fell because of the thermite and shit like that, because, are you kidding me? With CIA fucking what they've done in South America at the same time as our country is, we're the champions of democracy. We've, you know, taken over other people's we've crushed democratic systems in nations in order to institute our own fascist dictator who supported our interests, right up until they stopped supporting our interests anymore. The things that we have done mean that it's only reasonable to assume there are horrible things that we will do. There are horrible things that we will do. Which walls in this room are going to be ectoplasmic? Is my question. because I do want ectoplasmic walls in the living room. I'm going to do this one, because I think it'll be striking to look through the open door and see the hard green that passes into that. And if that's going to be that, then I'm going to take it along this wall as well. Ice cream, pawn, multitask, paint. You know I can't multitask. You know that's never happened. I talk too fast. Like, when I'm playing this game right now, I'm not even here. My mouth is making words that my brain has no idea about. And it works out pretty good, because usually it's just fart jokes and stuff like this coming out. But when I have to actually think about something, when I'm saying something that's very important, I just need to stop and actually pay attention to it. See, you're not from Mexico, clearly, are you, Casper? If you were from Mexico, then you'd be willing to slow down and have a conversation and a little bit of tequila and, you know, smoke some marijuana and just know that, you know, we'll paint the walls mañana. Doesn't need to happen right now. We're in no hurry. It's true, kind of. I like that. But the rest of this, I think, has to be the gunmetal gray, or... Shall I just make the entire kitchen? I liked the idea of having this green and then that gunmetal gray. Yeah, that's what I want to do there. As for the color of the door, I think I want that to be the gunmetal gray as well. Fuck every part of this country, says Noah. What? Your country? Oh, my country. Fuck my country, please. I worked in Mexico, says Casper VLD. Oh, yes, you did, didn't you? Why didn't you learn more of their culture? I'm moving to Finland. They didn't get shit done there either. That's pretty much correct, says Casper VLD. Well, did they enjoy their lives? Like, at the end of the day, did they feel like, ah, that was a worthwhile experience that I just had? You know, because if the trade-off is, like, I will get shit done, but I will live a frenetic, frantic, stressed out, fucking chest-compressing, you know, popping pills to lower my stress level kind of a life, I'm gonna say, you know what? Maybe we don't get shit done, you know? It's okay. Mañana. Because they pay for your... What? Oh, some other country. Finland pays for your college education, which is why Noah's leaving for there. So about that stream break thing. Do we have stream breaks? Did we ever do that? We never did that. Stream break time yet? Cheers, Jim. I'm almost certain we never had stream breaks. Don't lie to me, my girl. I'm gonna paint that and this last kitchen wall, and then we'll have ourselves a stream break, and I can spray some water on my head or something, because it's getting kind of warm in this room. It's not that warm out today. It was warmer yesterday, but under all these hot lights, even with the ceiling fan overhead, which is beautiful. I mean, you don't know until you lived in a house that doesn't have like overhead lighting, because I haven't had overhead lighting in this house forever. It's all been lamps and things, because doing the overhead lighting meant doing a lot of wiring in the ceiling, you know, in the attic, and ripping floorboards up and stuff, so that was like a last priority for me, and my dad has finally he's started doing... I started it and did almost very little. I got access to the points we needed access. I fucking love that color. And then he took it over when it was very clear that I wasn't going to be the one to finish it. He took it over, and it's so nice. It's so nice to have overhead lighting. You turn on it looks like we painted the walls to me, because I've experienced it without having that for so long. Who ice creamed? Hey, did you know there's wallpaper panels in this game? Oh, there are, aren't there? I haven't used any of them. Maybe the next house we do, we'll do some wallpaper. Yeah. So that's weird, but I like that level. I like that kind of weird. It's a good weird that the gray is under there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for all these little walkways. And then, sure, you want a live stream break, you want to be able to pee, you want to go masturbate for 7 minutes, whatever you want, fine. We'll do it. I love it. Alright. Okay, people. Let's have ourselves a live stream break. When we come back, we need to plan my exit strategy for getting the fuck out of Detroit. I'll, relate to you all of the things that have happened. I mean, you've heard the stories, depending on how long you've been a subscriber, you've heard some version of the story, but, like, to just... We need a break to masturbate? Says Secretary Pony. I suppose some of us don't need a break to do so, Pony. We'll be back in 7 minutes with more House Flipper and more painting. And you know what? I'm going to, do something that's technically, but they haven't caught up to me on it yet. I'm going to play you Hana, A Last Flower by Asa Chang and Junrei. Enjoy this. And we'll be back in 7 minutes. Pawn not out.
Hana ga saita yo. Hana ga saita yo. ひどく風に怯えた誰も見たことない花が咲いていたよ。花が咲いたよ。花が咲いたよ。ひどく風に怯えた誰も見たことない花が咲いていたよ。だ。花が咲いたよ。花が咲いたよ。見たことない花が咲いていたよ。花などない、それはあるはずもないと思ってたら、したら花があるだよ。誰も見たことない、見えるはずもない、咲くはずもない花が咲いていたし、そこにやはりそこに確かにそこにあるだよ。花が咲いたよ。花が咲いたよ。ひどく風に怯えた誰も見たことない花が咲いていたよ。そしたらそれはひどく風に怯えた誰も見たことない。それは花は風に怯えて、風に震えて、葉っぱは風に揺れて揺らされて、怯えて震えて、風はふーっと花の噂を運んでくんだので、ひどく風に怯えた葉っぱは震えて怯えて、風に揺れて揺らされて、怯えて風に揺れて揺らされて、誰も見たことない見えるはずのない花は風に怯えて震えて揺れて揺らされて、風は花の噂をふーっと運んでくったので、花は怯えて揺れて揺らされて、花は震えて怯えて揺らされて、震えて怯えて揺らされて、風に揺れて揺らされて怯えていたようだ。花が泣いたよ。花が泣いたよ。ひどく風に打たれた光を見たことない花が泣いていたよ。さっきの風の音よりもっと風の音で、音の風が風の音の風よりもっと音の嵐でしたら花が泣いていたよ。夢などないもう風などない、無論もう浮かべるになのに、それなのに花はそれは花は闇を選び闇を愛して、花は闇に愛し、それ それなのに花は闇の中サベで選ばれるだけ愛されて光を見たことない花は選ばれなかされ愛されそれを闇の愛していたようだ花よ花の不屈の心に光が回ってくれるように口の心の花が風に揺らされるように流されるように風の吹いてるやつに切られてように揺らされるように泣かされるように切られるようによ月を見よしはダメよ闇よ月は本当の光よ一番綺麗よ月の光のようなものが本当の星の光のような闇だダメよ闇だ月は本当の光よ本当の光よ本当の光よだからそれなら闇の波を押し返そうだ闇の隅を地獄をだ花に光を花に光を花に光をそれを願ったんだそして花は答えたんだ一度だけ答えたんだ四度だけ答えたんだ光はいらねえ水をください
Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. I apologize for the continuing ground loop errors. I swear I'm gonna order that thing from Amazon that I need. Welcome back to House Flipper. You can shut up. And you cannot shut up. We are painting the same home. It's basically the same layout as a home we've already done. And we put a couple of coats of paint on. One, primarily, because I can't be bothered. The game, you don't need extra coats of paint. We've gotten it to this state. The bedroom is looking very nice. I love the dark against the light. I think it's a good contrast. We went with grays and greens based off of this piece that was already here, so we're saving money by using furniture that's still in the home. Replace the radiator. We've come out here. We've decided to go with an ectoplasm goo, is what they call it. For that wall. I think the rest of them are going to be either the dark gray, which I do like, or a completely new color. In the kitchen, we've got ectoplasm goo on the walls, as well as the dark gunmetal sort of a gray, and then through this door is something we don't even talk about. Ronin Pawn, I spotted the dirt around the front door. It's literally right there on the inside ceiling of the door. Oh, there is something coming through there, isn't it? I mean, the door itself, look at the minimap. Watch the minimap right now. The dirt moves with the door. If I clean this, that was definitely dirty. Wasn't showing up on my minimap, but the door is still a source of dirt. But I ain't taking that one away because I don't want people coming up and smacking me in the back of the head and robbing me while I'm fixing this house up. A guy called Jim ice creaming. Okay, so Noah's not a fan, but we, by which I mean I, decided that it'd be best if you consider moving to Belgium. There's a guy called Jim. Alright, Belgium. I just have no, like, knowledge of, you know, obviously no first-hand knowledge, but very little even just tangential knowledge of, you know, the Nordic countries and just anything. I mean, you have a sense in America of what it's like to, you know, be somewhere in the UK, but, just Norway and Belgium and that kind of stuff is just completely, it's a foreign concept almost. You know, all I've ever heard is, you know, there's Amsterdams and drugs and things, and the further north you go and the looser it gets, and that all sounds good. But that's like, what is the culture like? Been to South Korea. Wouldn't want to live there. Lovely place to visit, though. It's a secret to every pony cheering 5. Don't come to Ireland. We're going to have a civil war when Brexit kicks in. Well, at least you've got goals. If I do the entire interior in this dark gunmetal gray, it's going to look nice as long as it's lit, but it's going to make the space seem even that much smaller. I wonder if I should carry that through the house and just have a, you know, 3-color home, actually. The bedroom is a lighter shade of green. Maybe the lighter shade of green here. Against the darker? No, that won't work. It's not enough contrast. Cheer 5. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? It's the same like how we have little idea of what Canada and Australia are like. All that we know is what it sounds like. But for reference, Netherlands and Belgium are pretty close to America. I don't know if... Don't tell me that if you want me to move there. And, wait, there's a... Ice cream, so pawn, says Rai 1010. Wanna come to the Halloween party? I think I'm already there. Ectoplasm goo on my walls. What do you mean? A recent game came out about Detroit in the future. The plot is that androids are ruining Detroit. The plot should be that after Pawn left, Detroit was ruined, says Leonidas 5. Well, after I leave, the androids are made, and then it ruins Detroit. Well, wait, no. Detroit was ruined long before the androids got there or I left. I just left because Detroit is a shithole. That's how that works, actually. Jesus. Oh, Tier 25 Rex! Hi, Rex! Civil War, can I bring my own guns, says Rex Skates? You can, and also, because you just cheered 25 points, you got an extra 2 pawn points, thanks to the new system, that I should still probably describe in full detail. Really can't be bothered, because of the game. People occasionally like me to play games on this gaming live streaming site. It's weird, isn't it? Noah Craw ice creamed, I've got vanilla caramel brownie ice cream, which I'm probably not supposed to be eating right now, but I'm still gonna. Hashtag MadLad. Are they regular brownies? Are they special brownies? Because, you know, you people with your living in those countries, I don't know what's... I like the colors we've chosen. I'm kind of stuck on what to do with the rest of the living room here. Because I don't think... I'm definitely not going to carry the ectoplasm green along these walls, but I don't think the dark gray is going to fit. So let's put some of the ectoplasm in our view, and we can see it over there as we're buying some paint. Oh! I've got some upgrades, and for painting, which I do quite a bit, I can use less paint, which I'm actually kind of I'm fine with what we're doing right now. I can paint multiple more double walls at a time, or I can just paint faster, generally speaking. I think I'll just paint faster, generally speaking. Okay, there's no other upgrades. Well, all you've been doing is painting, so the upgrades come in based on what skills you use, which is very nice. Very nice implementation in this game. Take me back to paints, and comparing this color to the just other colors in general, and knowing that we don't want it to get too dark in here. We want something that contrasts well. This cocoa maybe. It's dark, so there's definitely a, you know, light to dark contrast going on. It's on the verge of being in the same color wheel, but I think green on blue is too old folk kind of thing. We could just go for a lighter gray. I'm not a fan of that either. So far, it's the cocoa for me. Lavender against this green would not, I don't think would work. Sunny yellow is in the same color wheel, but again, it feels over bright. I want a contrast, I want a flare, I want a pop. Fiery orange would be just too much vividness in this room. Ectoplasm goo on fiery orange. So far, it's the cocoa for me. Laughing strawberry, it's a nice color. Velvety peach. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the cocoa. Give me some cocoa to go along with what Noah is eating in his magic brownies right now. My paint roller out here, and let's try this cocoa on these walls. Green on a nice, you know, orangish brown can work. We'll see. We'll see. If they're complementary at all. I mean, we could see right now. It's odd. But it's odd in a way that I can live with. It's odd in a way that doesn't hurt me that bad, is what I'm gonna say. I mean, it's ectoplasm green. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Try and find a color that matches that. It's intentional that it stands out and doesn't work with anything. It's supposed to work with anything. Yeah, I'm painting fast now, aren't I? Very lovely. Oh wow, my right hand wasn't properly aligned, says Noah Croft. Talking about the bones, or what? Because right now my neck isn't properly aligned is my problem. God, I stepped away from the desk during the live stream break and had a reason to bend down a bit, and as soon as the back engages to, the muscles back there to hold the neck, that's how you know exactly which muscle it is that's giving me the trouble here, because it's right down there and going all the way to the back, and oh. Is this what you tune in for? Like watching me complain about Detroit, not play the game, and, give you old man commentary about, oh, my poor old back, my neck, oh, my bowel movement the other day came out very nicely. It doesn't usually do that. I've been having some trouble, meaning to see the doctor. I might have another stone. Is that what you tune in for? I don't know why it is that my audience just doesn't seem to grow above 20 around here. It's just weird. I'm hip. I'm cool. I'm doing what all the kids are doing. Vaughn, what is that color combination? It's if Slimer vomited after he had eaten a Neapolitan ice cream, is what we're going for here, and I think I've nailed it. Just a little bit of paint on the roller, please. I don't want to waste it. Go ahead and these two. There you go, because I don't think anything else is going to be this color. Okay, that is hideous. That is just hideous. Just absolutely hideous. It does make a statement. The statement is, this is hideous. Give me installations, at least I can accomplish something regardless. Regular size radiator. It's a small house. We don't need to, If I had the larger radiator in this house, you could just set an egg on your knee while you're sitting on the couch and end up with breakfast, couldn't you? Yeah, I don't like that color combo. Not at all. Not sure about this gray thing. Maybe we will just do it all in the really dark gunmetal gray eventually. Carry a single theme through, but let's move on. We tried and failed. Let's move on to the bathroom. So what kind of tile do we want to lay down in the bathroom? Let's put in the fixtures first. Let's choose our fixtures. You can buy a sink and mount it here. Well, let me do that then. Bathroom. So for the sink, we've got mountable sink without any storage, or we've got sink with the cabinet, sink with a cabinet. Those are basically our three options for sinks. And in a house like this, you're going to want storage space underneath it. And since this is already green, and we've got a green theme going through the house, you're purchased. You're for me. Once you install the sink, you want to open both of the doors, get under there, and start putting in your ball cocks and your spigot clamps and your moisture reducers. I've actually done all of this in my home many times. And then, I kept finding stuff at the local hardware stores for $40 and driving by and going, oh, I just bought that, but that's so much nicer, that would look so much better, and then buying that and either installing it or not installing it. Why are there two switches on the wall? Are there two switches right next to each other like that? Does this one turn on the hairdryer? You're gone. Switch. We can leave that switch in place. So there's that. Is this the toilet or the shower? That's the toilet. Now, the shower, let's put the shower in first because it really is a space limiter once you get the shower in here. And at time of present in the game, which is how they're going to make a little bit of money on DLC on the back end, I presume, there's just the one shower. So, mountable shower, stick it in there. Eventually, we'll get the houses big enough to sustain the construction of, to have baths installed and things. But for now, there's just one upright shower, and I'm looking forward to when they finally... I'm glad that they're not rushing to, try and create extra content and sell DLC and stuff, like some other developers that I know, who don't bother patching their game or fixing the issues and just go straight to, how can we make more money? I'm glad that they're waiting. I'm also, eager to get to the point where they actually do have some DLC, and hopefully they'll give it to me over Keymailer, because I had to buy this thing outright, and I'm advertising it for you to all of 20 people, and I don't know why my audience ever increases. Rexgate's cheering 5 and giving us a whole bunch of scratches and blips because of the ground loop. You can have a dual shower, the toilet in the same place, saves water. Just no toilet at that point. I mean, why? Just a larger drain, I suppose. This thing takes a lot of doing to put together. But it being an IKEA thing, that's sort of, you buy it cheap, it comes in a very small package, and then you spend 3 hours assembling it minimum. So at least, you know, they've stuck with the real world scenario here. Put the clamps on the doors, and that's it. Now, I'm gonna put on that, and now we have a shower. Open. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There we go. Just step over like that. Yeah, it's not a large bathroom, is it? Tier 5. Some of us already own the game though, so the advertising is rather ineffective there. This is Major. Shh. How am I ever gonna get them to give the DLC away if you guys say, well, no, that's it. Okay, my viewers already own the game, so you let me have the DLC, and then I'll show them that it's worth them paying money for it. Sure. Tier 5. In Brazil, water shortage had everyone pee in their drains instead of flushing, says Rex Gates. Well, you know, urine is pretty much, it's not, like, it's a benign substance, you know? There's nothing wrong with urine. Your body has already purified it. So, the fairy toilet, the fatty toilet, or the toilet standard, I've stuck with this toilet standard until now. Let's see how the fairy fits in this hole, anyway. Oh, it's nice and small, too, because you need it small. I mean, look, you gotta turn sideways to get over to use the friggin' turlet. Let's try installing this fairy. I've never seen this style. No, I don't think I have. This is definitely not an American style. And also, come on, guys! There's stuff underneath in the well that you gotta connect. For the love of God. Guy called Jim Tier 5. What's great about Belgium is that it's right in the middle between all your Dutchy viewers and your Anglo viewers, so the stream delay won't be as long. I didn't think our stream delay was that long in the first place. Okay. That actually looks too small now. I should have had the big one, because now it looks... Alright, we've got our pieces in there. What are we going to tile this bathroom with? Well, let's go to the floor tiles first. We've done a green thing in here. Could do these hideous, ugly... hideous green. Or we could do this blue-green. It looks like you're at a public shower, at a pool or something like that. Let's try the ugly, hideous green. You know, maybe it looks better on the floor than it does in the advertising. So click in the place you want it, and then drag it to the space that you want it to fill, which would be to there. Ah, shit. No, not to there. Click in the space you want it, drag it over there, and drag it over here. There you go. There you go. Is this door still existing? What are you doing with still existing? And why are you semi-invisible? There we go. You need to stop with the existing. Don't need that in my life. Okay. That is... It's not a great color. What did I get stuck on? Oh, paint cans. Paint cans. Who did a thing? Rex Gates, Ice Cream sent. Ice Cream, what if you're obese and need a toilet that supports 350 kilograms, says Rex Gates. Don't buy this house. Because regardless of what the toilet can support, you ain't getting through here. So now that we've got that on the floor, we need to lay some tiles, wall tiles. Wall panels. Ah, so this is basically wallpaper, is the wall paneling. We could do wall paneling in here. Have a nice wood grain shower. Not in this house. That's too good for this house. In fact, how much do the panels cost? Oh yeah, that's way too good for this house. We did this on the floor. I wouldn't mind changing it up. Let's see what these look like. Okay, it's $5 to lay one of them, I presume is how that works. So, switch over to my tiling hand, and then grab one of these, and then against that floor, let's put one on the corner here. That's hideous too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I think it's okay. I think the colors are semi-complementary. I just don't like really any of the tiling, the bathroom tiling that they have in this game. I think it might not even be that it's the tiling itself, but the bathroom tiling really only looks good when it doesn't go all the way up the wall. At least to me, the only place where I've been, you know, encompassed by tiling the way that you have to be in this game is in, like, a shower, like a public rest, like an industrial utilitarian kind of a space. You know, tiling might go all the way up the wall, but then it's got at least some features that cut across it to break it up. The only place where I've seen this is where I've been a janitor in like a gymnasium shower area or something like that, because it all has to be, you know, sprayed with acid wash at the end of every day in order to try and stem the onset of all the mold that comes in. So, to my sensibilities, this is just something you don't do. Is it 8? It is 8 that pulls that out. In your own home, anyway. Even in my home, which was made in 1929, the bathroom tiles go halfway up the wall around the space that isn't the bathtub and shower, with a nice, you know, rounded, finished bullnose kind of a, I don't know what you call it, but nice finished edge that makes things look pretty. And that's the design sensibility from literally a century ago. My home was made a century ago. Few people in America can say that. You know, people in Europe are like, yeah, so it's young, is what you're saying? We don't make things over here. We're in too big of a hurry to make things that last, you know? We're too busy telling the people, no, lead paint, it's fine. It's fine. Well, in the 10s, the rest of the world has heard the science and goes, oh my god, we gotta get this lead out of our houses. You know, we having no regulation and no concern for the lives of human beings, so long as we can sell a fucking thing, because this is Thunderdome, that's what America is and what we stand for. We allow the industries to go ahead and advertise against reality that the sky is not blue, in order to convince people, don't worry about it. Humble lead, helping you every day. Why, it's in your children's mouths on the toys we painted with it. How could it possibly be dangerous? Here, spray your neighborhood with this chemical. Don't worry about ever having children. I mean, it's amazing that there are still people in this world and in this country who argue for, you know, the free market will regulate itself. Have you seen what the free market has done? Have you not paid attention to the cancer industry, I mean smoking, and what they did to, you know, try and convince people that, no, that's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, there's not any, like, the science is there and everything, and literally, because they're arguing against it, what happens in this country, for 30, 40, 50 years past when it was clear to everyone everywhere that there were dangers, the people who are actually smoking don't have, you know, they're not aware of it. They're not aware of the dangers. Like, literally, because of your fiscal policy, because you didn't regulate, because you trusted the free market to regulate itself, people are dead. Many, many people are dead. Thanks. Thanks for that. Who might not have been otherwise. Today, you know, we finally forced them to stop advertising and stuff. And the thing is, like, if you smoke, that's fine. I think there's no problem with smoking nowadays, at least in this country. There are other countries where Philip Morris and the other brands are still allowed to, you know, behave like assholes and do whatever they want, and that's not cool. Tier 5 Bipong, get in touch so I can see if I'm visiting you in, like, 11 days, says RexGates. Okay, will do. Shit, I've only got one tile left. I don't want to buy a whole nother stack. You're going to. You can sell them back. Noah Craw ice creamed. Bye! Are you leaving too, Noah? I'll talk to you soon, Rex. Is everyone leaving me? What's going on? What was I saying? About, yeah, I think it's fine to be a smoker, you know, in America today and in countries where, you know, the information is out there because you've been told, you know, you're a big boy, you're an adult, you can choose for yourself what risks to take in your own life for your own enjoyment. I mean, you can't say that, you know, you can't be upset with smokers for smoking, and be a meat eater. All the research shows that eating meat it clogs your arteries and contributes to shorter lifespan and more health issues. It's like, it's fine. You can eat meat, you can smoke cigarettes, you can do all these things, just so long as we all know the dangers and the risks. You know? And the dangers and the risks aren't threatening anyone other than the person who's choosing to do it. But the free market, left to its own devices, will literally spend billions of dollars to make sure that people don't know. Oh no, I don't know where for example, they have spent billions of dollars so that I don't know where mirrors are in this game. Mirror. Oh, by the way, I've never put a toilet paper holder in any of these houses. Tier 5, the Netherlands is an attractive country to relocate to, says a guy called Jim. It is ranked 11th on the Global Quality of Life Index with a very good health service, high employment rates, good public safety, and high life satisfaction levels. Many are drawn to the relatively easygoing lifestyle and the cafe culture of cities such as Amsterdam, as well as the affordable Dutch cost of living by Western European standards. Excellent. So the taxes are lower too, is what that code is for, which is amazing. It would be amazing. Or is it just the cost of living? Taxes are higher, but the cost of living after taxes is still better, generally speaking. I think this is just going to be white. You know, because I could match the... fuck it, match it. We'll do beach. We'll do beach. We won't do beach. That's hideous. No. I think this is going to be just white. Yeah, do I want it sideways? Really weird, this mirror does not match. It's not a bathroom mirror, you know? But it's the only mirror you've got. I'm gonna do it sideways. I'm gonna make sure, like, I'm gonna be able to see yourself, but as I've said before, you want to be able to look down and see your crotch, too, while you're, you know, grooming. That's fine, I guess. It's weird. You just need a different, like, size, different ratio. This is like a 16 by... It's not even a 16 by 9, it's a 21 by 9 ratio for a mirror. And sideways it doesn't work, and straight up and down it doesn't work either. We got a mirror, and since I have apparently ignored it since the beginning of time, give me a toilet paper holder. Are there other toilet paper holders? No. Can I have it in not gold? No. That's fine. It matches. It matches. There you go. And you can wipe your ass. Don't forget to thank me for that. I don't hate that color either. It adds a little bit of color. It's still tile. It's good for cleaning. I like it. I like it. Yeah, in this country, we've, you know, we just allow people to spend money to say things publicly that are measurably, provably not true. And why do you think in this age people are still somehow vying against the idea that global warming is a thing? That, gee, the existence of billions of people on this planet creating technology that spews out has a carbon footprint that isn't so much a footprint as it is the entire surface of the goddamn planet. Gee, do you think that has an effect on the environment? How could anyone argue against that? Well, because people have money to argue against that, to try and, you know, sell idiots who want to believe a certain thing and are refusing to acknowledge just common sense, let alone an intense amount of scientific research. How do we have that? Well, because we have unregulated industries that are allowed to say whatever the fuck they want in order to try and push their agenda on the public airwaves and on television and radio. Ice cream. Both health insurance and social security payments are mandatory for all Dutch residents. Okay, well, so long as it's collected, like, by the state in a taxation form. Don't do this shit we do over here where, oh, we've got a private health insurance agency and private retirement firms and stuff like that, but we're going to make laws requiring you to deal with these private companies who can run their companies any way they want. As long as it's handled by the state, then it makes the slightest fucking bit of sense and I can get behind it. In family wait, who's cheering? Who ice creamed? Mosaic Task Force. In family houses, the female in average is the one deciding which house to buy, so put the mirror at the average height of a female, not yourself. Good call, Mosaic Task Force. This is definitely not my average height. This guy is tall or something. Like, everything... When you start looking around, that's below my penis. That is very low, you know? And my penis hangs low. That is it. Like, you'd be leaning way down to use that. This person is either 6'9" that were in his body, or something else. But so, like, the countertops are extremely low right there. And then, look, the friggin' windows are up to my friggin' clavicle. There is something wrong with this human being. Because over here we see that he is incredibly tall. And over here we see that he is incredibly short. So it's not him. I'm guessing he's average height, and these windows need to be lower in the design, and this needs to be scaled up a bit in the design. They used a lot of Unity assets, a lot of, like, you know, buy on the Unity store assets. You can go on the Unity store and buy this mirror, I think, and the little pictures and paintings that we're going to hang in the end, those are just on the Unity store if you want to go grab them for yourself. Do we do the kitchen in tile? Let's do the kitchen in wood. Yeah, let's do the kitchen with wood. So, floor panels and coverings? Yes. So, floor panel tile. I'd like to do something other than what we've done already in all the houses, which I keep going with a light wood. So, what would this look like? It comes out light when it's well lit, in brightness. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a darker floor just to experiment. Guy called Jim Cheering 5. Oh, did I mention that you can get rid of your Tercel because we have the EU's best public transports, the guy called Jim. Well, I definitely wasn't going to pay to ship that piece of shit over the Atlantic. Let's tell you that. But yeah, sounds good to me. Public transportation, being able to leave your home and actually, like, go places without having to own a car, have state mandatory insurance, but the state doesn't provide the insurance, so it's public, so it's regulated by the free market. It sounds good to me. I'm on board. Where am I going again? What's this nation? I forget. We're very slowly going the wrong way, but we're at least 50 years behind USA in that regard, says a guy called Jim. In what regard? Health insurance and social security payments? So you're going the wrong way, but you're 50 years behind going the wrong way. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll be dead by the time it matters. Drop some of this in here, and then bring it back over to here. Oh, that's very dark on the floor. But I don't necessarily hate it. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It kind of looks nice. This color has to fucking go, though. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. But I like that, actually. Yes, I do. These floors are dirty and scratched and scuffed and beaten, so even if we want to keep this color of floor out here, they gotta go. I'm thinking of carpeting. Even though hardwood floors are very nice, and everyone loves them, I'm thinking of carpeting the whole house. Let's carpet it instead. So, carpet beige, blue, or green. Well, we've got the green thing going on, but it would be too much green. I'm thinking the beige is probably where we want to go with that. Let's grab some beige carpet, and let's do a test area at the cost of $14. Yes, yes, sold. Sold me on that one. Sold me instantly. Yep. And I think I'm going to take this right into the bedroom as well. Do that. I don't know what you do underneath there, but the carpet, love it. And then it turns into that dark wood. Oh, yeah. I don't know about this being gray on the interior there, but we can change. Ice cream. Yeah, kind of. We have a libertarian government nowadays. Completely unimpressive by American standards, but our politics have definitely gotten worse over the last few decades. Like, moving toward, you know, let the free market regulate itself bullshit. Because it's worked out so well over here, you know, you'd think people could see that. Do I want the same carpet color in the... I don't want it wood. It'd be nice to change carpet colors. I'm going to do a little square of a little strip right here, maybe in this corner, just to see what it looks like against these colors, like that. Absolutely not. No. The blue... Yeah, the blue. I'm gonna go with the blue. I wanted to change colors. Those are only fucking options. So yeah, I'm changing it. I'm doing blue here. Blue through here. It actually helps the gunmetal. It brings out the blues that are in the gunmetal gray that I'm using on these walls over here. Helps to lift it a little bit. Looks very dark when you're looking at it like that. But once we put some things on the walls, I think it just makes it helps it look like more chic, more modern, more techno, you know? Wouldn't you agree? And if you wouldn't, shut up, I don't need to hear from you right now. Cheer 1000! Look at that big green sucker! Hi, Porn, just got back. You made this look so fun. I bought it myself, says Kevglob. Ain't it great? Ain't it good? I love it. I do enjoy it anyway. There's problems, and I can complain about anything. Thank you for the giant cheer, Kevglob. By the way, because you just cheered 1,000, you just got yourself an extra 100 pawn points. Go ahead and check your pawn points in chat, and you'll see, well, if you knew what your pawn point count was before, you'd see, that you got yourself 100 pawn points. We are in the process of, I mean, we've integrated it, but we're in the process of testing the pawn points for bits cheering system and trying to balance that out so that it makes sense for people using the system. We're trying to enable people who couldn't cheer before to be able to cheer, as well as people who could cheer because, you know, you can always go watch some ads and get some bits, making it so that your cheers, you know, count for more and do more for you. You can get more cheers out of it using the ice cream system. But also definitely trying to, you know, create a system that maybe encourages people to, you know, spend those bits, cheer my way. I mean, we're also designing the system in the end to be distributed to other people, so, you know, it's got to do that. If it ain't doing that, if you're not supporting the streamer somehow with the system, then you have failed. Cheer 5, I'm about to move out from home and furnish my own place, so figuring out the colors and furnitures and stuff is topical for me. Same here, Kevglob. I got Rex in chat saying, can I come and visit you, and we can, you know, have a painting party sometime this month, and, yeah, this has, like, inspired me so much, this game. I mean, the things that I've done in this house are kind of experimental. They're not safe at all. I think this room looks lovely. I love it. This room with the ectoplasm green and the gray gunmetal and the cocoa. Maybe not. But this has inspired me. I now definitely have decided I want accent wall colors in my house. I'm not going to just buy one color and slap it all over the place. No, we're gonna have 2 different colors. There's gonna be accent walls. I want color and not just beige and white and eggshell. I mean, this house is not going to be, you know, whoever buys this house, it's not gonna be your standard, like, buyer, you know, who's looking for something generic that they can come through and paint themselves. Or at least it's not worth my time to try and cater to those tastes. So, yeah, this game has given me a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration. This ectoplasm, though. And definitely not against this brown. However, what if I took the brown all the way around? I want to use the ectoplasm. It looks beautiful in here, and it does work against that gunmetal gray. Tell you what I'm going to do. I got a little bit of this left. Let's paint more gray. This wall should fill up pretty quick and easy. Do like this. You know, it's a lot of the same. I would love to have a third color going on in here. I mean, we do. This room is lighter. It's a lighter green than the ectoplasm thing that's going out here, which is nice, because this is the cool down, you know, bedroom, sex room. And out here is more of the happy, fun, like, put the chains in and strap people to the ceiling and have sex with them room. I think I'll carry on with that. I think the problem isn't so much the matching color to the ectoplasm. The problem is the ectoplasm. Surprisingly enough. It looks very modern. I mean, that color looks very modern. This is just weird. I think the ectoplasm has to go. How much of this have we got left? I like it in this room. In the kitchen, beautiful. In here, it ain't working. And we all know it. And we just didn't want to tell you, Paul. Or we've been screaming at you about it in chat since the very beginning. But, you know, you only read when Kevglob sends you $10, so what are we gonna do? We can't help. Yeah, the theme of this live stream has been talking about Detroit and talking about my moving situation and that this just isn't... It's not viable, you know? It's not viable. The situation that I am in here... No, not the goo! Leave the goo! I want the goo! Well, you go get your own goo, then. These colors work a lot better in this space. I don't apologize. I was gonna say I'm sorry, but no, I don't apologize. I'm not sorry. These colors work a lot better in this space. Goo's gotta go. Tier 5, try a different accent color for each room. Something more pastel-like for a contemporary touch, suggestion. I've already bought too much paint at this point. We're done with that. The question now, though, is... Should I have that be... Because look at this. This is really cool that, like... From here, you're looking at sort of this thing, and then you look through the wall, and it just carries through, and it's like, just that is gunmetal gray. That whole section. It's like a block out of the space. And then if I carried this color all the way around. And maybe I put an accent wall of the brighter green. I'll try that. I'll put that along here once we've got this more mauve green. Cheer 10. Give that house right royal pawning. I'm going to pawn it good. I'm going to pawn it royally. Right in its royalness. You guys don't have a, like a fiefdom over there in your Belgiums or whatever, do you? No? You have a king and a queen? It's fine if you do, as long as you follow the the British style, where they don't really mean anything, but they're fun to look at, aren't they? So long as your, royal family is a reality television show, but not, on television, but also you can just go see them, because they're So yeah, the theme of this live stream for me... Oh, come on, scoop a little bit more out. Ah, son of a bitch, I gotta buy another can. Can I sell the empty can for scrap? Nope. Nope. What was that color? Paints. We had a, wasn't lime, it was spring grass. Spring grass. Everybody cheer up. There's gonna be a lovely spring grass. Nowadays we have both kings, both with hot wives and no real political power. Good work. And hello, where are my raiders, says Bowmans? We got a bow raid coming in? Warden Toros, Red 5. We've got a raid incoming. Welcome to House Flipper on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. I am the Ronin Pawn. This is my house. I have no color sensibility. That is a thing. Also, we're talking about the, destruction of society, the, America as Thunderdome, the streets of Detroit, the house that I live in, and why I am getting the fuck out of here just as soon as I can come up with the money, and also trying to get Jeffrey Feiger to help me with a bit of a lawsuit against the City of Detroit Police Department of the 11th Precinct. So welcome to fun times here on the Ronin Podcast.tv. Also, feel free to use our system of pawn points that is designed in the fashion of a pay-to-win cell phone game. To cheer and subscribe for extra pawn points. It's pay to win the live stream is what we do around here. Hello, Rob, Red 5, and all y'all. They are friends, Pie. Who the F are these people, says Jim. Oh, God. You want to avoid Jim is good advice. Just stay back. He bites. He bites. I don't think that this gunmetal... kind of like it there, but there's going to be a door there eventually. I don't think it works around the door frame right now. Do I have gunmetal still? Yeah, I do. And if I get a little bit off of this, yeah, go ahead. We're gonna just do this one color on this wall. And then, do I need more, or did you... How do I see that color? Well, if I can't see it, then it don't matter, does it? Nope. I wanted to try the ectoplasm green on the back wall, which is going to be weird against that, but let's see. We've got extra paint around, and the ectoplasm looks so good in the kitchen. Really does work in the kitchen with that dark hardwood flooring. Maybe this can be a welcome to the other part of the house wall. It's just an accent wall. Just standing up and saying, I'm proud, I'm loud, I'm here, get used to me. Yeah, that's horrible, I hate it. And are you a different color? No, it's just the way the shadows are hitting? Yeah, no. That's a hard no on. Also, it's a very small house. I'm surprised you went with all these dark colors. I did so intentionally, because we've actually already done this house. And I already made one and knocked out the walls and made it look light and open and airy the way that it needed to. Stop him! Stop Jim? What are we stopping, Jim? Ice cream! Hooray, says Zorglop. Why didn't that ice cream come through? From Zorglop. The bot is dead. Damn it! Jim, what did you do? Did you bite the bot again? So yeah, my situation presently is the situation that, everyone who lives in the city is in to some extent or another, depending on what street you live on. It gets worse, but it's always kind of a similar state that you're in. The state we're in is that you can't call police. They don't come. When they do come, they don't do their jobs. They don't protect you. You can't report crime in the city because the police, they're in on it. There's at least one mole in every precinct is what I want to say to the, at least one person who answers to the drug dealers in the city. So you can't report the drug dealers. You can't, because who do you report them to? Well, to prove to you that this is not a conspiracy theory, to prove the fact that you can't talk to the police in the city, that there's a danger if you call the police. We have an organization called Crime Stoppers, I believe. And it may not be called that, and it may be another named organization, but I think it's called Crime Stoppers. What is the purpose of Crime Stoppers in Detroit? Crime Stoppers is a private organization that maintains phone phones that allows you to call them and report crime directly to them. Why would you call and report crime to a private institution as opposed to, you know, the City of Detroit Police Department? Well, because if you report it to the City of Detroit Police Department, you have a limited sense of anonymity there. However, if you call a private institution whose only function for being is to separate people reporting crime from the crimes that they report so that they can be safe in Detroit and report crime, then that's the reason why that private organization exists. So by virtue of the existence of Crime Stoppers, it tells you there's a good reason for its existence. It tells you, it guarantees you absolutely there are people in places of power within the city, officers of the law, who are reporting to drug dealers. And it's such a problem that some people who said, we've got to fix this somehow, and clearly the city of Detroit isn't going to fix it themselves, let's start up our own organization. We'll use donations and maybe government funding and stuff, but we'll start up our own organization so that we can just separate people from having to call the police directly, because it's a threat upon you in the city of Detroit to call the police. If you report crime, if you report drug houses, your name is probably going to end up in the names of, getting back to the people whom you reported. So, you can call those, this other organization, the secondary organization that exists merely to stand between you and the police. However, you still really can't even do that. Why? Because, what's your protection? What is your protection from retaliation in this country? If they decide to, if the drug dealers you're reporting, obviously, you're going to be reporting a drug house or drug activity in your neighborhood, right? That's who you'd be calling on. So they know that you live in the house you live in. They're looking around. If the police come and crack their place, toss their place, and I'm talking about the people who run the show, the people who are like in the houses selling the drugs, these are piss-ons. These are nobodies. They don't make any fucking money. They're corner boys, but they've been given a house to squat in this city. Your name is going to get back to the people who run that organization. Even if it doesn't, even if you do insulate yourself using the Crime Stoppers, they're going to look around their neighborhood when they get tossed and say, why did we get tossed? As I sit right now, I am in danger because there is a drug house on my street. I am in danger of retaliation even when I'm not doing anything. Even if I don't report them. Because if the police decide to toss that house on their own because they know about it, and they do know about it, they've already tossed it twice in 1 year, or in a year and a half, or if somebody else calls on them, I'm the white guy on the street, on a street that really only has 3 or 4 people living on it, and the people across the street, they know each other, they're friendly. We've been at least neighborly to a certain extent to a certain extent. We've actually had a little bit of drama lately around here. If I do nothing and something bad happens to that house, it is the most, reasonable and legitimate conclusion for them to make that we called on them, we're the problem. And then maybe my house starts on fire in the middle of the night. Or maybe somebody, comes through a window with a pistol. Or maybe somebody just waits until I'm standing on my porch, taking in some air, and drives by, and brrr. That's where I live right now, and those threats are real. They're not bullshit, they're not fake. When I walk outside, I watch the street. And importantly, I watch the street in a way that it doesn't look like I'm watching the street. I stand outside, I put my hand on the thing, looking around, enjoying the air. I am watching everything in 210 degrees while not looking at it and not looking like I care about it. Because I don't want anybody to think that I'm looking too hard at their business. Because that is a threat to me. But I have to keep an eye out. Because of where I live and what the situation is here. And I can't get the drugs off the street. I can't do anything about them. If I call, word gets back that it's me. If anyone calls, the assumption is going to be that it's me. And then the threat that I already live under daily is multiplied by 100. Right? Ice Cream, we have some drug gangs here too, but as it turns out, they actively try to avoid involving innocent bystanders. There's some assassinations in or near Amsterdam every now and then, but never the bystanders. So you've got organized crime. You've got, you've got properly organized crime. I mean, this is organized crime in Detroit, but it's just organized by idiots. It's, the people running it, no, they got the system figured, but the people who are actually on the street, the houseboys, they're fucking morons. There's no reason for them to be doing what they're doing. They can make more money by working at McDonald's without being in an industry where your life is constantly threatened. And that's just, like, I don't know how much, any given dude is making. I'm going based off of recent study done within the past 10 years where they actually did look into that. They did ask themselves, or they did ask of society and research and try and find out how much are these people making, and it turns out most of the corner boys, the people who are actually selling the drugs, the dope, to use terminology from the late 90s, whoever's slinging tends to live with their mother because they don't have a lot of money, and the money that they do get, they spend on things that aren't, like, making their lives better. They spend on things that are, image things, like, look at how much money I got because I deal drugs, but they don't actually got that much money. And when they do get a little, they spend it on the stupidest fucking shit, and they're kept on the hook by the guys who are running the show, who take them out, and, they get them women, and they do things for them every now and then. Once a month, basically, you do, like, you take your employees out on a, let's all have fun together, a company outing. Except for the drug version of a company outing, where, I'm going to buy you all the drinks, we're going to go to the VIP room, you're going to get some blowjobs from some ladies, we're going to, and they think, all right, I'm living the high life. In your mom's house. Yeah, you're living the high life in your mom's house. Good work. What the fuck am I trying to do here that I start talking and then I can't remember what I'm trying to... You're trying to get ceiling lamps on. Right. Not white. The lily pattern that I actually don't like, but I'm putting it in here because reasons. So we'll have one back in this corner to light things up. Yep. And that... I broke the circuit. But apparently all I had to do was flip it back on. You're a little bit close then to that one. Can I get you, maybe, if I put you in the corner here, what kind of angry shadows would you pass? Okay, I didn't break the circuit doing that. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. The, entrance... Like, what's your centering? You are centered right over the entrance. I might just have... These things are so big and they come down. I mean, the guy that we're playing in is clearly 7'2". We've established that. But yeah. That's alright. It's good light in here anyway. The way the light is cast is fine. Look, I've got hooks. They came with the house. So, I'm not thrilled with the color pattern just because it's the same throughout, at least throughout these two rooms. It gets really interesting and nice in here. But, basically where I'm standing is, Let's fix... Do I have to fix that? No, it's not broken, Pawn. There's a radiator missing somewhere. Is it... Where's that radiator missing? Okay, it's in here, it's under the kitchen. Right there. Buy a radiator, install that. We're almost to the point where we can start just, like, throwing in fixtures and things. We're also to the point where we need a live stream break. So let me get us to the point where all we need to do is start putting in our appliances and decorating the place, and then we'll have our next live stream break. So stick a radiator under this window, pop her in, use all that super high-speed fitting upgrades that I've taken. So ram this thing in a hurry. Lovely. Any other... What else is, like, red on my overlay? Nothing. And the only bad that I have right now, the only dirt, is this door itself. I open the door, I close the door, that's the last little bit of dirt. So when we sell that door, we'll be good. But right now, this is this house. It is the worst house I've made yet. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I was intentionally experimenting and playing with some things because we've already done this house before. We've already done this footprint, anyway, of this house before. I do like this room. This room feels very nice. You got the gunmetal gray kind of wall against the light green, which works. The bed in there very much warms it up, and I even like the blue carpeting. These colors don't necessarily lie on the same wheel, but I think they're working nicely in this room. And as we put some more fabrics in the house, it will warm it up, it will soften it, it'll make it nicer. Right now it feels a little bit cold and a little bit rock and roll. No, a little bit weird. I also do like this kitchen, but I only like this kitchen on its own. When I look at it like this, the dark wood floors, the green, Really, the living room is the problem. But we will address that when we come back from our live stream break. Another 7-minute live stream break. Opportunity for you to pee, for you to get a beer if you happen to need one. It's a secret to Pony. Every pony is hacking to Noah's stuff. Sorry? Where is the bot located and can someone else restart it, says Jermasian. Yeah, Noah's bot went down on us. Damn it. Anyway, like I said, our police is reasonably competent, and more importantly, people trust them and feel safe around them. Also, the bot is broken. Yet again, please fix. I have no ability to do that. Which is actually a bit of an issue, isn't it? In it. That when Noah's bot goes down, we're going to have to put his bot on a server, on a web server. Because right now it's on a Raspberry Pi. That's supposed to be on a, but we need to put that on a web server. Yeah. And that's got to happen soon, because right now, if you guys cheer, I'm not going to see anything, because now all of the API is handled through the bot. Hey, you are the beta testers. We're going to take a 7-minute break. When we come back, more House Flipper, and we're going to get this house to the point where I can sell it and move on to the next one, because I just wanted to tinker with this one. We've already done it, and it makes it hard to throw yourself deep into the process. Well, we're on the live stream break. I'll give you a little bit something to listen to. This is Broke for Free's warm-up suit. Back in 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere, or do whatever you want to do. It's your life, Make your own choices. Pawn not out. the Ronan Vaughn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Vaughn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Vaughn. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, so now you know how off the delay is. Welcome back to House Flipper, from the deck of the USS Enterprise. Sound back on there. Give me some nice, lovely background music. I don't want to just listen to the sound of my own voice, and neither do you, and no one does. Midstream cheer, break cheer. Oh, I guess not, says Zerglov. It didn't kick up, but your cheer comes through, and I just have to keep a better eye on chat from now on in order to see these things. Either that, or I have to, like, stop and re-implement the old system because the bot is down. So we're in testing right now. This is a major issue, and we will work on it and probably not have it fixed by Sunday's live stream at 4 p.m. Eastern here on. We probably won't have it fixed by then, but we will have it fixed by the end of the next week. I'll rent myself another web server, and we'll figure out what we gotta do to get all these functions at least on something that can be restarted by someone who's not Noah when Noah decides to go to sleep. Sleeping. How weak. So we're in my house. This one is a duplicate of a house we recently bought and sold. It's the same floor plan, same layout. I knocked down the walls in the other one, changed everything, made it beautiful and gorgeous. This one I said, you know what, it's the same one. Let's just work with it as it stands and experiment a little bit with some colors that maybe won't work together. And I'm happy-ish with this room. I'm quite happy with that room. I'm kind of happy with all these rooms individually. It's just they don't really marry together. I went with this ectoplasm color. It was fun. I found an 80s rock remix of that effing disco song Funky Town, says a guy called Jim. This is so much better, says Jim. The other song that's so much better that I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, you need to listen to Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, as performed by Chase Holfeldersniffen on YouTube in a minor key, the minor key version. The song has so much depth and meaning to it that wasn't there in Cindy's version, where she sold a lot of albums in the late 80s. You know Cyndi, right, Jim? You've slept with her. Everyone slept with her. I mean, but I mean, do you know her, is the thing. We're at the point where I'm gonna start actually decorating this house. I'm gonna start putting in some, kitchen stuff, and for the sake of decoration, let me just stack my paints up in a corner here. I might want a little standing lamp or something there eventually, but for now, moving into a space that's probably not going to be that used. And let's do the kitchen, because the kitchen's easy. First, pick the plates up off the floor, or move them onto another section of the floor, because this is where I'm going to be stacking in the counter space, obviously. That song is awesome, though. What, Girls Just Want to Have Fun? I'm telling you, you never heard it, until you heard it in a minor key. Oh, mother dear, you're not the fortunate one, but girls, they just want to have fun. Oh, those girls! That's not how he does it. Okay, and if he did, he probably wouldn't be, as successful on YouTube as he is. Just stack my my kitchen accoutrement over there and into kitchen to see what kind of counter space we're going to have. I hate the exhaust hoods. Modern hanging cupboard hex. Ooh, in black, in white, in beach, in Morocco. Kind of matches the floor. It's huge, and it fits the space. It goes from wall to wall. I love it. I love it. Do that, but just get rid of this hood. I hate these hoods anyway. Hood, go out there. Just for when we want to smoke weed or something. We stand under... Oh, I need to crouch. We stand under there and... Oh, God, my neck. Yeah, buy me that in Morocco. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It matches the floor. Put it good and high. I mean, this guy is 9 foot tall, so he keeps getting taller the longer I describe it. Right up there. You're here for me. Yeah, maybe even higher, actually. I know there's no way that you're getting into the top ones, but that's kind of the standard where I live. I got this house from 1929, and you have to get on a chair to reach the upper stuff there. That's cool. Put some under the cupboard's lighting there, little fluorescent bulb strips. I like it. We need a countertop. It's got to be a flat countertop, and we're probably going to have to just build it from scratch, because something like this that goes all the way across would not leave room for the oven. Might not even fit in... Yeah, I don't think it actually fits in the room. That's too big for this little thing. So we're probably going to have to build it out of components. Ooh, hello. Details, sink is silver, front is white. Details is countertop, then? No, it's accent edges. So does the countertop color change? Oh, yes, it does. We could go with this Moroccan and carry it through. It's really not... It's not a modern design at all. It's not a modern design at all, but does that seem to matter? Is he changing that? I can have a white sink instead. That helps to modern it up a little bit. You can fit in here with the oven. If I move the oven into the corner. You're done, baby. You are bought. You are bought. Let me just move the oven right over there. Good thing this is an electric oven. Otherwise it would need fittings and then we wouldn't be able to move it. And then buy the Morocco. How close do you want it to the wall? I mean, kitchen surfaces tend to be against the wall as much as possible so that the water isn't... Well, we'll leave a little bit of space so the water can drain off it. Also, there's this weird, awkward space to the oven surface. That's where it's going to go. You're going to then... Oh, you do line up with that? Not quite. Maybe one tick over, because it doesn't look quite right. So from where you were before, if I go one over to the left and stay high... My potential buyers are happy. Yeah, that's looking good. Hell, it looks okay. I think you need to be more central so that I can have this more central. I can have this back where it was. Because it don't look right if it ain't in the middle. You know, it ain't got that thing if it doesn't something blank. I don't know. You kids with your Muzaks and whatnot, your Burt Bacharach and your hula hoops. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. The kids aren't all right. Certainly not in America. They keep shooting up the schools. And nobody seems to think there's a big problem with that. And then move this in, or else maybe they do something about it. And I don't just mean take the guns away. I mean, you know, that's definitely an option, and I'm not against it. I'm saying, what about, say, like, doing something to recognize that children who are suicidally homicidal, maybe there's a general problem with society at that point, huh? Maybe something... Oh, that's beautiful! You can stack the dishes that need washed behind the sink. Oh, that's lovely. Can I stack one on top of the other? No, I can't. Stack them up there, though. The dishes that need washed. Oh, I love that. I want this in my own home. That's what I want. No school shootings here in 43 years, Pawn, says Leonidas 5. Well, that's why I'm getting the hell out of this fucking country. I'm trying anyway. Yeah, sure, you can be there. It's some dude on a guitar, says a guy called Jim. It turns into a lot more than that as you watch it. Hate, I miss most of these streams, says Deadpan110, but glad I'm here to say hello again, we love you. Hello, Deadpan110. Thank you. Sadly, the bot is down, and the cheers and the ice creams aren't coming through. You might not know, Deadpan110, that we've got an ice cream system that you can't test right now, so why am I mentioning it? It's a system by which you can cheer without buying bits. That we've integrated, but it's offline, because Noah's offline, and that's just how things work around here. I mean, some of this should just be, like, on a table. Like, we need a dinner table somewhere. But for now, I'm just stacking my items up around the sink. This is basically what my kitchen looks like. You know? Actually, they're all in the sink, and the pile is just massive. There you go. Okay, so there's our kitchen. Oh, it looks so much nicer like that. I think we want a little, like, painting over the bathroom door or something like that. Show me pictures and paintings. Looking for something small, so I'm going to look for something cheap, because cheap usually means small. That ain't it, but we could have one there. It would only curl and burn a little bit from the stove. Put you in. Oh, that helped one of my buyers. Not a bad picture. Not a good one either, but, you know. And I want, like, a little thing. A wee little babby thing. Something sub $10. Couple of cupids. I'm not going to pick these pictures. Okay, I am going to pick these pictures out. That was mainly my problem with that was the frame was disgusting. A photo of a Worf. That is not Worf. Worf has ridges on his forehead. That doesn't look good there either. Shit. You and them. Oh, that's gonna be huge because of the price. And then you guys on photo of Town Hall. Picture of a sunset for $33.66. Wow, that is an expensive picture of a sunset for as small as it is. Bought it though. Huh? That's it just doesn't seem like it should be there because of this light being in the way. But It's there now. So what are you going to do about it? And you, screw that you're going to burn and curl from the heat from the oven. You need to be a little bit lower on the wall, maybe even a little bit further in. Now you're definitely going to burn. Yeah, that's... I can't get the spacing right on. Just drop it, Pawn. It's fine. They don't know. They're AI buyers. Fuck it. I like this wood, though. I like this wood grain. Oh, shit. I missed some flooring. Didn't I? Floor tiles... The wood that we used before, no, it's not floor tiles, it's floor panels and coverings, and we used, if I look down at it, it's this one, isn't it? That one? That one. I don't think I would have gone for that dark. Drop it, put it there. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, that's taken care of. Kitchen, managed. Now we need a place for... Goodbye. We need a place for, you know, eating, living, and sleeping. And that's all. We got a bed for sleeping in here. I want to deck out the bedroom a little bit. I'm not going to go too far. I think houses should be populated by the people who... decorated by the people who buy them, and especially in a small house like this. I'm not doing all the work for them. It's like that time some Indonesians hijacked a train and demanded a peaceful resolution, so we sent in the military to snipe them through the walls, as a guy called you. Just America, in general? What's your opinion on stopping school shootings by giving everyone a gun, says Leonidas5. Well, because I am an American. You know our policy is that the more guns we have, the safer we'll be, and it makes perfect sense. To someone, I'm sure. Otherwise we wouldn't have these laws. Giving everyone guns. No, what I'm thinking is give everyone the time to care about the children. To care about their students. To care about their young adults who are struggling with biochemical instability in the first place, because that's what puberty is, but also struggling with massive social difficulties and fucking high school mentality and all that kind of stuff. If we could maybe have the teachers have enough time and also make it clear to them that part of your job is to be aware of the children in your classroom who maybe would be likely to come in with a shotgun one day. Because it can't be that fucking hard, can it? You know? They're teenagers. They're not fucking sociopaths that just, you know, lying is firsthand to them and they can make you believe that, no, I'm happy and fulfilled, don't worry about it. And then one day they show up, no. The kids that are coming in that look depressed and act depressed and don't care and aren't even bothering with their education, maybe that's a hint, and maybe you could intervene. And teachers would say, you know, well, we'd like to, but could we have, like, the free time? Like, this is a 60-hour work week for which I get paid 35 to 40. You know, I go home, I grade papers, and I am entirely behind you, teachers. Yes. Can we invent a system in our schools where our teachers have enough time to care? Because the source of the problem is not the guns. The availability of the guns enables the problem, absolutely. Reducing the number of guns would help, but you would still be left with human beings who are so disenfranchised, disenchanted, depressed, looking at the world and saying, none of this is going to work, life sucks, it's not getting better from here, and making the decision that, on my way out, I'd like to take some of these ignorant motherfuckers with me. Get rid of the guns, you'll still have those human beings, just needing an alternate path to what they want to do. And I'm not saying that not having the guns, I'm saying, sure, take the guns, I'm fine with taking the guns. Take them all off the street. Would you please mind focusing your primary attention first on the fact that our society is apparently so fucked that our children think that killing themselves and other people is a good idea? Could you maybe turn your attention to the source of the problem in the schools? And then maybe recognize that the reason why we have so many of these events, so many of these events has something to do with just our overall society and culture in general. You know? This shit doesn't happen on the basis, with the regularity that it happens here anywhere else. But we want to live in some world where, no. It has nothing to do with our society. Oh, that is so hideous, I just bought it. That is disgusting, and I just bought it. Welcome to 70s house. You know, the lime green walls and... yeah! So, okay, where are you gonna, like... if you're gonna hang a television in here, I mean, why does life have to revolve around television? Is a very reasonable question. The answer is, shut up, I need my TV. Can I In fact, you have that in the larger sofa. Give me this one, and give it to me in brown stripes. How can you have a matching sofa that doesn't? It does. It's just in a different sorting. What? Developers are very busy. They're very busy people. So because of the pipe there, I can't get it any further in. Ah, I can get it right there. It's so fucking weird fun to have that there. Oh, I'm not sure if a couch that big really fits in here. I mean, I could have you there, but then, you know, where's the damn TV gonna... I was gonna hang the television, like, on this wall. But if that's the case, then the couch... You're gonna be inches from your television. That just means you don't need a 40-incher. You know, you can have a 24-inch television and it'll be more than enough. This house has no room for the entertainment at all. If I did instead, I stacked, you know, against this wall. I built against this wall. And then I had a stand for the television and we didn't mount it on the wall. I just tend to think in terms of that because, you know, it's that era. If you haven't mounted your TV on the wall yet, wake up, sheeple. You can barely get through to the kitchen now, but that just goes with the toilet that you can... well, it's a Larry Moe and Curly situation every time you want to take a shit. Yeah, I'll have a little desk stand over here. I love how hideous this couch is. Parents don't care or see no wrong in their kids, says Germasian. Right, so someone's gonna have to care if we want to stop the school shootings, you know? People are horrible. Let's not have our systems be as horrible as people. Let's make our systems better than people. Survival? Did they make the... Alright, well, it is America, so we'll need a nightstand for the gun. Can I put that on the... There we go. And then just spin it so that in an emergency... There we go. I can reach it. The items that come along with the Survivalist DLC, the Apocalypse Now DLC, or whatever it is, are suddenly now just in the game. I didn't say that I wanted that DLC. Whatever. Now we've got a gun, because it's America. This is America. I got these guns. I gotta carry them. And I do, you know? I'm armed. Think I'm not armed in Detroit after what happened to me? I'm armed. Pine would be nice against these walls. Beech, too light. Wood cherry would pop, but Venge would go with the gray, but I don't think I want to go with gray. Ooh, nut. No, it's going to be pine. Pine is lovely. So, this table... Not blocking the... Alright, not this table. Another table in a similar color that's smaller, shorter. It's a dining table, it's a coffee table, a square table modern, a table aider. Table aider? Table aider. Table Andrea. Can you give me something light in a pine? How big are you, Andrea? Oh, you're the perfect size. That's what I was looking for from you, Andrea. Oh, and you fit right in there next to the, radiator as well. Drop you in. And center you to the window. So, from where you were, and then move it to the right by one tick. That's a little bit better. You do walk in and bump yourself on the thing, and then it's a small house. Live with. Vaughn, don't you want that gun by your right hand? So I could put it up here, and then just, you know, in the event of emergency, just reach behind you. You know, depending on where you live, we'll just want it spun so that I can get to it, and so I'm going to be reaching up with my right hand, so I'll be on this side, and I need it to be sort of like that. There you go. Only problem is if you open the window and somebody comes by, a neighbor, they can now take your gun and shoot you in the back of the head before you know what's happening. But that's just America. I gotta carry them. Where's the televisions? Give me home electronics, a monitor HD, a TV that does not hang for $701. Yeah, we don't need that window. Who wants a window when you can watch Roku over here? Put you in the back, of the thing. Or I could just have a computer here. A computer with a big screen. Fuck it. Yeah, this is going to be that kind of house. It's going to be the kind of house that I actually live in. So if we turn this into your computer desk, and you have yourself a nice HD big monitor. Oh my god, it's friggin' huge anyway. Yeah. You might not have enough room for the friggin' mouse and stuff like that. I shouldn't have bought it. It's too big. But you want to be able to watch television on it as well. So, keyboard. Just one of them, right? Because that's a funky looking keyboard right there. I'll put it up here. We'll have you, I guess, dead in the middle of the thing. Like that. Well, no, a little bit off to the side. That's fine, because that's perfect for putting the mouse in. This is cool. I like that they've got all this stuff in here. Put a mouse in, put a little bit of a skew, because, you know, we've been using it. You want it near the end. Put it there. There. Wireless mouse, apparently. Just going to burn through the batteries. Why do you do that? We're going to want a computer attached to this. It's going to be a wireless computer. No actual connections to it. Well, what did I do? What did I do? So, that's a loudspeaker... DVD player. Don't need it. We got a computer. That's the virtue of making an entertainment system as opposed to buying a Blu-ray player, a DVD player, all the other things. Give yourself a Roku stick. Let's get the Phoenix, because, God, this is expensive. I'm paying more on this than I did to, like, refurnish the rest of the house so that there will be a computer in there. And I wonder if they'll even care. If they'll be happy about that. There you go. Computer at a bit of a wonk, because why wouldn't it be? And then a chair that gets the hell out of the way when you need it to get the hell out of the way so you can sit back and watch from the chair. From the sofa, rather. So, a Gilbert chair is kind of expensive. It's not that... Well, the children's chair is the cheapest. Oh, no. No, yeah. Do you have it in brown stripes? I'm going to have it in orange with steel. I like this 70s motif that has, like, emerged as we've been designing this. Why won't you go under that table? Oh, you do so well with your, hitboxes and your collisions and stuff throughout the game. There's a lot of other chairs that do go under a table. If I make you perfectly straight, how close can you get? Yeah. Oh. They need to spend some time tweaking, don't they? Have that like that. Have it, in fact, off to the side. Even more off to the side, you know? Stay warm. There you go. We're not watching, we'll be sitting back here and we'll watch it. How much money am I spending on this shit? So we got the entertainment center now. This wall... I saw that there was a fan, and I kind of like a fan. Home electronics. You know, we're not going to have an air conditioner in here. Let's have a fan. Fan that's, how do you want to move the air through this house? You're getting a little specific here, Pawn. We'll have a fan that's in the corner there. Well, what would you do? You'd have it here so that you can put it out there and suck the air in from the east side during the day or something. I'm going to put it right there. Put it right there. There you go. Get a fan, television. This is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Shall we have a lamp here? Or art? Or both? I think I like the idea of having a little standing lamp. You know, because you just, in my opinion, you had way too much room to move through this house if I don't put a standing lamp. Maybe just a painting. Curtains and blinds, too. I keep forgetting that they've got those in here. Pictures and paintings. A skinny tall one. I used that one before, though. It's nice. It's a very nice one. But a skinny tall painting. Preferably with a frame that doesn't look awful. Skinny tall. Just looking for a skinny... So you're skinny tall, but your frames are just disgusting. Big, thick, old... And the paintings that are in them, you know, are equally, like, uninteresting. Yeah. Those are too small. They wouldn't be big. Alright, now here we go. There's some beach views. Those are nice. Oh, here's that diseased lung. You know how I love that one. Tier 5, you can put blinds in the windows. I find they make it look better, says Kevglop. See? See? We're on the same synchronicity. Which is how I knew that you cheered. Chat is 4.07% less fun without Nobot. Isn't it? Fuck it, Noah. That's too small. Who would pay $30 for something that small? I guess if it were really good. It's not. It's a Vigi game. Size equates to money. I want it. Fuck it. Fuck it. This one's nice and it fits. It fits the space that I want it. And I can put it upside down to be like Vogue. Chic. And it matches the wall colors. Oh, that's good. That's good. Alright, so that's there. Anything else I could get on this wall to just kind of break things up? Eh. Go to the bedroom, Pawn. I'm leaving the paint there in case I decide if all of a sudden... Ooh, what if we... So in the bedroom, can I have... Do you have like a small television? Need so many goddamn TVs. I don't know. But you do. You do. You have a microwave oven for them. Buy your own goddamn microwave ovens. What do you need in the bedroom? Sex. Well, you need a bed. I've got a bed. It came with the house. I should have little, nightstands. Where would nightstands be? Lamps, other paints, pictures, paintings, and more. Sconces, sofas, valuable tables. Tables, bedside table, Hermes. Okay. I don't know about you. You seem too tall. I'm not even gonna worry about color until no, you actually work pretty good there. Let's look at the colors then. Let's see what we've got here. Wood cherry. That would actually pop very well in this bought. First thought, best thought. There you go. You want that standing out like that. You fit in nicely there. Drop you in. Yeah. And then can I get a little alarm clock? How detailed do we get in here? In fact, just go to all, because I wouldn't be surprised. Alarm clock, no. Clock. That's just a regular clock. If it isn't digital, I don't want to have to deal with it. What else goes in this room? You know, like posters? Pictures and paintings, plaster. Were any of these posterish? Sort of a vase with flowers. Cherry, Venge, Nut. I'm liking the Venge. Yeah, the light isn't working for me. I think maybe the wood cherry might pop. Maybe the Venge. Oh, you're tiny. You're fucking tiny, though. And you're not upright, either. There you go. Instead of having, like, a flower pot or anything, you just have the... Here's what we'll do. Well, the flower's there, and then we'll put a flower pot, underneath it. You know? It's symbolic of the fact that we can't keep anything alive. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So just put it right where the flowers come up. There you go. Huh? Huh? What else goes in a fucking bedroom? You know? I guess a dresser or something like that? Can we get a dresser? I'm exploring at this point. So, survival. We should have a food container in the bedroom. Have our hat, some nuts. Oh, big knife. Yep. I actually have one of these, because I live in Detroit. So we're basically doing my house, is what we found out. I have one of these right here that Rex gave me, by the way. Ready to grab, too. We'll just have it so that it's... There you go. You know, you wake up and grab it, and then you can stab the guy who's coming through the window to kill you. Curtains. Let's play with some curtains, especially in this room. Curtains and blinds. Let's see, the skinny ones, I don't care what color now, I just want to see if you're going to fit. So, we won't be able to get one there, but we could have one here to go over the radiator. Alright, we will have one there to go over the radiator then. What color do we want to go? Oh, we got all the colors here. Grassy green. Grassy green. With that 70s look. Let's install it. Do we have to get a ladder? Nope, we're magic floating 12-foot tall people. And... there you go. I love that. I almost wish that I wouldn't have gone with any modern sensibilities in this house and just gone completely, like, 70s. Maybe that'll be the next thing that we do. 70s, disgusting. You're gonna need at least blinds here. It's your bedroom. So... give me a closed blind for that. Yeah, put you in. Assemble. And then maybe we'll have an open one on the other window. End up using a lot of blinds in this game because they don't necessarily fit. You could fit another set of those there in that window. You could. Well, you don't want it draping down on you while you're sleeping. So if I went with this one and we went for the grassy green again to match, and then I mean I got money to spend. Hopefully I will make my money back on this. I've actually, with the purchase of the computer, that was like $1,000 friggin' dollars. Use nut for the bedroom pawn, because you're gonna nut in the bed. Okay. Now that we have no about the temptation to post penises in chat is strong. The only thing holding me back is the knowledge that it won't come out well on the video. And then there's Rai Rai with his ASCII penis and his nut. Yeah, that looks too short and ugly and wrong. Good. Good. It's done. Build a bunker, says Leonidas 5. So that's that. And then out here, I'll be able to get a curtain over this one as well. Shall we just stick with this? Have the long curtain, though. It looks so much nicer than the other. Grassy green, long curtains. Long curtains. This is... No, put it there. Why can't you put it there? Oh, come, though. But come, though. Maybe it's because it's the long one. Put the short one in place. Short one, grassy green, because otherwise there's nothing stop. Yeah, it was the length. Alright. You know, everybody always complains about my length. Hey, if it's too much for you, then just, you know, take some pills first. Yeah, that's hideous. That's just what I was looking for. The rest of them need some blinds. They'll be open blinds, regular blinds. Really should just have one blind in the game, guys, that you can, like, click on and open and close. Little animation for the blind. Probably one of those resources that they got from no, because you do assemble them, don't you? I don't know. Don't they have open blind, like, openable, closable blinds? They ought to be. They ought to be. They've done so many other things that are, like, minutia and detail-based, and the blinds don't open and close. Come on, fellas. This thing... Just plastered in. Oh, hello! I've got another point to spend in the handyman section. I like to have a combination of light blocking things on my windows. I like to have my windows... I like light coming into my house. I really do. I have still not plastered a single effing wall. Make me faster at tiling and paneling, I guess, because I actually do that. And no other points, right? No other points to spend. Nope. Okay, so back to the shop. Another blind here. This is the TV blind. Probably just close this one. But I've already bought it, so, you know. We're playing in the imaginary part of the game now. It doesn't really matter what it is. We can close them. No, we can't. It doesn't have any blinds on it, but you can close the curtain. Back here, we'll have another open one. Yeah. It's a lot of little things, but it's worth doing. It's worth doing in a house that... I am the least proud of this house, to be honest with you. But I do like that it's weird, and that it ended up hitting, like, the 70s mentality, 70s deal. Alright, and for you, a closed blind for the bathroom, obviously. You know, people have to pay if they want to see that. Don't give it away for free. It's worth something on the fair market, on the open market, on the free market, which will regulate itself with guns. The entrance here needs something right there. Something to say, welcome to this home. So, do we have any more? Do we have like a shotgun rack? Okay. That's a really good idea, Paul. That is a really good idea. An M16, but can I hang it on? There's an air gun. No, no. We need a rack for the shotgun. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Welcome to this home. Lock and load. Alright, so... I hate it to just be paintings. We could have a standing lamp in this corner, but what would be the purpose of it? So I can't get behind that. Candles, and, I mean, if we put like a little... Do I have room to drop a safe? Ooh, hanging shelves. Hanging shelves with some little bits and bobs on them. Hanging shelf up, hanging shelf down. I think... Oh, you've got the wrong image for it over here. Game developers, I know you're busy. Work it out. Blue, what would look good against this? I like cream. First thought, best thought. And then it doesn't matter because you can spin them anyway. And it came out in the wrong orientation if this is the up. Let's lean them to one side. And we'll have multiples. There you go, now you work, huh? And we will leave a little bit of gap there so that it doesn't look like they're connected. You know, free-floating. Neater. But cooler, anyway. I'm going to have you go up higher. There. Because I want 3 of them. You know, you got to have 3. 3 is the magic number. Ask Gen from Riven. I'm sorry, Kenneth, you weren't around and we finished Riven on Monday. Oh, I was so... It happened so quickly, too. We were rather close to the end. And by that, I mean like 2 hours. But it just seemed to sneak up on me. It's so enthralling. Televangelists are literally the modern version of snake oil salesmen. What? Hang on. Dramatian says Louisiana-based televangelist Jesse Duplantis raised eyebrows Tuesday when he said God told him he needs a new jet. Famous for preaching the prosperity gospel, Duplantis asked his followers from across the globe to send him donations to buy a jet costing $54 million. That is common, actually, Dramatian. that is common for televangelists. If this guy, whoever Jesse Duplantis is, didn't have a jet, he's just a new and up-and-comer, because I know of at least 3 other televangelists who have asked their, idiots who listen to them to buy them jets. You need to donate me money so that I can get a jet. Well, they are telling the people who are contributing the money, Jesus wants you to be rich. He wants the best thing for you. Jesus Christ is going to buy you a pickup truck, and all you need to do is show your faith right now by sending us $1,000, and that is the seed that you are going to sow, and the good Lord is going to water that seed, and in days and moments and minutes, in no time whatsoever, your life is going to get so much better. Do you like what you see? I like that I can't quite make out what I can make it out, but I can't. We don't need cheers. Clearly we don't need cheers. I need another. Get me back in the game. Why did I scroll up, chat? Yeah, that is actually surprisingly, shockingly a common thing. So he may have raised some eyebrows, but you'd think there'd be laws about that, wouldn't you? You'd think there'd be laws restricting. So I said I wanted it off to one side. Fuck it. Live with it, Pawn. Live with it. It's not children. It's definitely not children. What can we put up here? There's no doing laundry in this house. You gotta do it outside. Notebook with recipes. No, you're entering the house. You want to see things. Give me a candle. Give me a candle in yellow. Nice yellow candle. There we go. Just put that there. See, I should have these in the bedroom. A couple of different colors. Yellow and what works with yellow. Pink, of course. Pink is yellow's brother. It's always been that way. That's just... can I have you, very near to one another. Put you over there, like that. Someone who has no taste lives here. Or is playing this game before you now. Okay? You're Bunny from when you were a kid. Sure. Can I get you up there, Buns? Bunny Buns? I need damn lighting under... Alright, there we go. No foot ladders in this game. Buns? You're apparently gonna have to go on top. But yeah, this is, kept me safe and warm when I was a child. If I spin you a little bit, you no longer fit on the edge. Damn it. Alright, well then be perfectly straight on. And sit off the edge. Bunny! Bunny? Come on! You worked a second ago. I was too picky and now Bunny doesn't love me. There you go! Buns, right at the top there, looking down at us. That's nice. We put some little stupid, doesn't make any sense, but they're there anyway, boxes, apparently. Box right there. And then, give me some, books, I suppose. People who read. The secrets. Yes. That's what the fellow who wants you to buy him a jet is not telling you about. The secrets of my industry. Religion. And industry. Brought to you by the free market. Please don't fuck with us. We've got it. We're handling it just fine. A blue book, a gray book, some deep psychology, so that you can figure out why you are giving jet money to a preacher who is telling you that Jesus Christ wants you to have a pickup truck. You need to work on that. One of those up there, some vases. Aren't the vases? Where are the vases? Show me the vase. They're vases. They're vases is what they are. Ooh. Weird looking black. Give me that in black. Let's shove one of you up there too. Oh, but nothing's gonna actually fit in it. Can I get you over there? Bun. Let me hand this to you and then you can move it over there. Alright, screw it. Drop you down there. They can put other things on the shelf when they get here. You can't even reach the fucking shelf to put things on it where I am. Okay, is this my house? Are we ready to sell this piece of shit? We ready to sell this ugly motherfucker? Do you have other colors for these? No? Alright, give me one of them. And put it over here too, it'll help. It'll help. No, it will. You gotta be straight on. Somebody actually cared when they set you down. If I jump and then click the button, is it one of those scenarios? Yep! Got it. Perfect! Nailed it, just how I wanted it. There really needs something to break up this wall, doesn't there? Cheers are broken! This is a guy called Jim Kevglum cheering 5. How do you know when the house is done? How does a sculptor know when he's removed everything from the stone? Well, when you get bored, I guess. is one good way. You know, there's got to be something on this wall, something to break it up. Is there a dresser in here? There's got to be dressers and stuff. South Wisconsin's plasters, plants, pictures, paints, other. No, we're in other. Lamps, kitchen installations, home electronics, home appliances, floor tiles, floor panelings, doors, desks, curtain blinds, cupboards. That's what we're looking for. Paul, are you going to talk some more about moving? This is a guy called Jim. Do you want me to? Should I? Should I continue talking about the horrors that, you know, are America and more specifically Detroit? Shall we relive the occurrences on the night of August 1st or July? So it was somewhere around there, 2017. Should we go back and just remember the halcyon days when because the police refused to defend a woman who was being beaten by her boyfriend, I was left to defend her, which resulted in, the man who's in prison for 14 years, breaking 7 windows out of my house, coming through one of them, picking up destroying my entire living room, then picking up a lamp that I own and wielding it to threaten my own life with it. Shall we dig back into that and the complete who gives a shit of the Detroit system? That they just couldn't be bothered. During the event, when they could have prevented it, when they could have just done their fucking jobs and showed up. But after the event, even, when you're calling, oh, that pulls it all together, doesn't it? Needs a little something on top of it, though. Maybe another bunny. After the event, when you're calling the, Department of Internal Affairs, Internal Investigations for the police department, and they don't want to listen to you, and then you're calling the Office of the Chief Investigator, and they listen to you, but then they need to, do something about it, and they need more information, and you never manage to, they're calling at the times that you're asleep, and you're calling at the times that they're closed, and it just never happens, and so 3 weeks later you get a letter saying, we've resolved this matter internally, no further actions were required. Thanks anyway, though. Shall we dig back into that? Shall we? Because last night, I sent off a email to the offices of Jeffrey Feiger, explaining the briefest way that I can, which was 4 pages long, the events that occurred in my home, and what the police did and didn't do about it, and how the police failed multiple times to do just the most basic part of their jobs, which is run a warrant. When you've got someone in front of you, run a warrant. When you've got a name of a person who's just beaten a woman and he's hiding in an attic upstairs, put the name in the system, run a warrant check. See if they're wanted for something else, because had they done their jobs on night 1, they would have found out that he was already wanted in the city of Detroit for breaking and entering and theft and trafficking in stolen goods from the city of Detroit. For a month and a half earlier, he had a warrant out for his arrest. They came out. They never ran his name, even though they were given his name at the scene. They just decided to stand around a corner for 30 minutes as he threatened them, man threatening the police, saying, you're going to have to fucking kill me, and I'm going to take you down when you come around the corner and shit like that. And it just never occurred to the 4 or 5 officers on scene, maybe we should, before we decide to just leave because we don't want to fucking deal with this, because it's, too dangerous for us, so we'll just leave it as a danger to the neighborhood instead. Never occurred to a single one of them. Should we put this guy's name into the system and see if maybe he's dangerous and wanted both in Detroit for crimes he committed a month and a half ago and for being ostensibly an escaped convict from Indiana by virtue of having skipped out on his prison parole? And because they didn't do that, this guy was still on the streets that night and was able to do everything that I just described. Breaking out my windows, coming into my home, threatening my life. All that on night 2. And then on night 2, they arrest him. Ooh, carpet granny to match the sofa. In fact, oh my god, it's dirty on the floor right there. Jesus, I never cleaned it. That's instead of a welcome mat. Yeah. So then, night 1 happened, they didn't check warrants, so he was still around and at large. See you all on Fridays as a Seek to Every Pony. What, you don't want to hear this story again? Come on. He was still around and at large. On night 2, they actually did capture him. After letting him escape because they were, hey, slow down. Just because the guy who you're bleeding from the face and there's glass all over and you're pointing and saying, there's the guy, he's making a run for it. We need the full story before we try and go arrest the guy who's literally running into the back alleys right now because he just saw us pull up. Explain to me first, let me lose sight of him and lose track of him. And then we'll think about going and getting him. So he gets away, they go chasing him, they call out a fire truck in order to pull him down off of a roof that he apparently hit on top of. Then they give the fire truck the wrong address, so it comes to my house as opposed to where it should have gone, wherever this fellow was. Oh, that's nice. And I'm told later that night when I show up at the 11th precinct to give a statement that they tell me, no, we don't need a statement, we don't want it, you'll be called by a detective in a couple of days. Don't worry, we got him, you're safe, isn't that all that matters? And that's a direct quote. They then managed to somehow release him 14 hours later. Man who just committed 14 years worth of crimes. He's in jail for 14 years minimum based on his crimes. Releasing him the next day, man who also has an outstanding warrant for the crimes that he committed where he broke into someone else's home and stole their shit, and then got caught selling the pills on the street, or at least they were able to track it back to him because of the pills he sold on the street, because the pills had the name of the homeowner he had fucking robbed. So, is there any process of law by which a man who has an open warrant for skipping parole in Indiana, an open warrant in the city of Detroit for robbery, and who 14 hours earlier just broke into my house and threatened, and actually we fought in the street, at which point he tried to kill me. He picked up 2x6s, and had the 2x6s been proper 2x6s, he was swinging at my head. If they hadn't been rotten shit that had been lying on the street, I'd probably be dead now. They didn't charge him with attempted murder because it's easier to it's hard to prosecute attempted murder when the person's not dead. But they charged him with intent to inflict great bodily harm less than murder, which is just basically it's easier for us to convict you of this crime. I'm just going to pick mahogany. I think it fits with some of the cherry wood that's in there. We'll find out. So the night that they catch him, finally, they accidentally release him. They accidentally release him without charging. Without booking him. Oh wow, that wall looks really empty now, doesn't it? Fuck it. They accidentally release him without charging him or booking him or generating any paperwork. Because I'm standing there in the 11th precinct the next day, having just come home from buying the fucking, the windows to replace the windows that this animal, this human rabid beast that just needs to be put down, destroyed. I'm coming back from having just bought used replacement vinyl windows. Oh, that is lovely. Wow, it actually seems like a livable house in here all of a sudden. And there he is on the street 14 hours later, shirt off, his chest out, looking like he's God. Pawn Reed chat, what? You're talking about the problem, Pawn. You've got to talk about how you personally are going to fix it for yourself. Well, I'm describing the problem because when we get to the end of this, this is the story I just told Jeffrey Feiger's people. Because they did not process him, book him, because they released him, he was on the street, and that meant I had to abandon my home, because what am I going to do? This man tried to kill me last night. Am I going to feel safe standing on my porch, living in my home, you know, asleep at night? I don't have fucking windows in my house. It's going to take me a week to put 7 windows back into my house, minimum, with the help of family and friends. Ooh, let's throw a poof in here. How can you possibly feel safe? How can you possibly continue living there? So I abandoned my home in Detroit because the police will not support me, will not do their fucking jobs, have not done their jobs from day one. And because I have there's no recourse. Who do I call in order to, like, fix this problem? Who do I call to, like, resolve this? If you don't call the police. Who is it then? Who do you go for? I don't know. So, I do the only sensible thing. Go out and buy myself a shotgun. Go out and buy myself a shotgun. And just happen to receive instruction on how to, on my first shotgun from an NRA instructor who gave me all the information that I needed to know about when it's legal to kill a man. And basically, gave me the advice that what you want to do is you want to get him facing you, and you want to shoot him in the chest. You want to kill him in the chest, because if it's in the back, if it's in the side, then was he fleeing? Why did you have to kill this man? Those are the questions that are going to come up if he's not shot in the chest or the head. He needs to be facing you so you can say that there was a threat. And I was advised by this NRA instructor, all on the, down low, and it's all perfectly true. I don't hold it against him that this is how he sees the world, because it's all perfectly true. If the fella who's been terrorizing your neighborhood, who the police won't do a goddamn thing about, is dead, there's nobody to tell any different story than the one that you tell the cops. So just make sure that the evidence on scene matches the story that you're going to tell. Do what you got to do to protect yourself and to reclaim the home that you own, is basically the advice that I was given. And it was good advice. And I took it. And I prepared myself to kill this motherfucker, because nobody else was going to take care of this. Obviously. I'm just going to have those two there. They look weird. They do look weird. I don't know how to hang paintings. Not good at that. So I went down to the range with my new shotgun, you know, got her warm, tested her, got familiar, practiced, like, the movement of, oh shit, here's the guy, you know, if I get the chance in front of me, shotgun, cramming, you know, it's like pull up into your shoulder blade and bring it up real quick, boom. Practiced that, ran through my head a million times the circumstance, so that when the time came to pull the trigger and kill the man, I would just do it. As a matter of, you know, without having to think about it. Shit, there's no light in the bathroom. That's the last thing, though, I think. It's putting this light in the bathroom. So I mentally and physically prepared myself to kill another human being, to be ready to do that. And now I'm ready to kill a human being. So, you know, I've got that going for me, if I need. What's this lamp line look like? Like, these lights all look like shit and don't work very well. It's a light-colored thing up here. Yeah, that's disgusting, isn't it? Yeah, that's not, no. No, not for that. And the kind of light that they cast is just awful as well. In the bathroom, do you have any, like, bathroom-specific lights? No. No. Ceiling lamps. You know what I should do? I should do this with a sconce instead. Yes, I should do this with a sconce. Also, upon it's so peaceful here in comparison that it's probably boring to an American. I've never even heard a single gunshot in my life. I'm sure you hear them weekly. Oh, yes. Absolutely. I hear them in ways that are like, holy shit. You know? I actually don't worry about the ones that are like, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I worry about the ones that are like, ba! Ba-ba! Ba! Because that sounds like somebody just executed someone. But the ones that are like automatic weapons fire or something, somebody's either trying to scare somebody off, or they're just, you know, drunk and, yeah, brrr, or ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's nothing. I don't worry about those gunshots. The ones to worry about are the ones where you can hear the hesitation. Boom! And then somebody going, I just shot him. Well, I gotta finish it or else he'll come for me when he gets better. Boom, boom! Boom! Those are the ones that you gotta go, oh shit, should I report that? No, because I live in, America and I live in Detroit. I can't report that. That's just getting myself involved in that. No. I ain't doing that. Thank you. I think I'll go with some dark steel on cream. Dark steel on cream. Hung right there. And then... yeah, that's awful. That's awful. I think I will move this. The recommendation earlier was to move it to, you know, a woman's height, since she'll be the one that's really deciding whether or not they're going to buy the house. So I'll do like that. That's good. That's good. I don't like the way that the light is cast, but there are many bathrooms are lit like that. So it's realistic anyway. Lovely. Lovely. There's our bathroom. In fact, let's see if we can't get some pictures before we move out. So yeah, because of the police's incompetence in the city of Detroit, because they failed to run a warrant, because they accidentally left a, you know, attempted murderer of me, tried to murder me in the street, go. I, you know, am psychologically prepared to kill a man, and also I stand on you know, my porch every day, and it's never quite, you don't go back. Like, if you've been to war, you don't think about the world the same way ever again. And my experiences here have been warlike. So, you know, I look at things going on differently. I think of them differently. There's my bathroom. Yeah, new photo saved. Let's get the kitchen, too. Just as memories. Memories of the time we spent. You never go back. You're psychologically damaged for the rest of your life. Or at least you just are who you are. I mean, you can very easily just say, well, you know, you're more aware of reality than you ever were before. Because this is what's really going on in the world, and, you know, some people have lived here long before you moved in, Pawn. You know, this city has been the people who were born in this city and have lived in this city since day one. This is just normal for them. Yeah. Yeah, ain't that fucking sad. Gee, I wonder why we have all these school shootings and stuff. I don't know. Where can I get this picture? I think I'll take it from this angle. I'll take it from the front door. Oh, the front door needs to be gone, too. If I take the picture from here, try and get that lamp out of the shot, out of the top of the shot. Yeah, alright, that's close enough. No, it's a bad angle. Let's do like that. Yeah, we'll do like that. Get more of the... Why is it... The view is different. Well, because it's a camera, it's a little bit in front of you. Okay. So what I'm saying, what my case is that I'm bringing to Jeffrey Feiger, to his offices, and saying, would you care to, either refer me to someone who you think can handle this this case, or would you like to take the case yourself? Is that due to the gross negligence of the City of Detroit Police Department, in the acts of not running a warrant on day one, of leaving a known dangerous human being on the streets who had just, like, beaten a woman. The first night that all this started, they left him there after he beat his girlfriend, and she was bleeding from the side. Not just like, oh, he knocked her around, he hit her, like, it really shouldn't be a thing that anybody says, oh, well, but it is a thing, isn't it? That people say. And the police decided, on that night, it's too dangerous for us, we'll just leave it on the streets. So, the problem existed because of their incompetence and negligence, the fact that they didn't do what every traffic cop does when they stop someone for turning, right on red when they're not allowed to, which is run the fucking warrants. Then on night 2, they let the assailant back out and forgot to generate any documentation or paperwork, so there I am standing there for an hour as the desk clerk tries to come up with any evidence that everything that happened that ruined my life last night actually happened. Which all he can do is say, we can see that you called 911. Juan, did you ever find the coat hooks? Asks Juan. I've got some here. I never found them in the, can I buy them and place them? I wonder if they're one of those items that you just have to find here and use. Or if those items even exist, if that's a thing. That's the old flooring. I think it'll count against me if I leave it there. Let's go to the shop, and let's, I don't know that I want to carpet it, because it is underneath the thing, but just to put new flooring there might, the buyers might think better of me if I do. So floor panels and coverings, let's use the floor panel dark that we used in the kitchen. So we'll just drop this down here. Yeah, and it shouldn't be seen once we get the front door on, which is the last thing that needs done right now. Give me doors and the front door to this house. Jesus, what does this house even look like from the exterior? I haven't bothered for so long. Okay. Yeah, like a birch thing going on, which does not match the interior, but I am not painting the exterior of this house. We'll just have a white door. Okay, and we'll make sure the knocker's on the exterior this time. Because we haven't always. Which, I mean, I haven't always. So yeah, my case is that, had the police done their fucking jobs on night 1 or night 2, basically this shouldn't have happened, and also I live in a place because of the incompetence of this police force that, I am never safe. I will never feel safe again, so long as I'm in this city, and probably within this state, in the way that I might have felt safe in this home, and, to live here the way that I did when I first bought the place, to have, no locks, and, did I have locks? I was living pretty threadbare, everything was very open, I was sleeping on the floor, I just had cold water, stuff like that. I would not for a moment live here without a shotgun to my name again. I mean, on certain days, I really wrestle with, should I also get a concealed carry license and start packing? And be able to have that on my person regularly, And it's all the fault of the 11th Precinct not doing their fucking jobs. Not doing the simplest part of their jobs. And also being too cowardly to actually protect me, as the citizenry, and everyone on my block and everyone in my neighborhood from a known threat. So, I think we've got a case. Even if we can't win the case in court, you don't have to win the case in court. I don't want to win the case in court. I want to put the city of Detroit in such a position as they're eager to settle for 6 digits. I'll take 6 digits. To not, to me and Jeff Feiger, you know, or me and whatever lawyer I'm with, to maybe not continually bring this issue up to the 10 o'clock news. You want to pay me money? Sure. You know, that's the closest you're going to get to fixing this system, is to hit them financially with a penalty. And maybe if they get hit enough with these kind of penalties, they'll actually fucking do something about it. But short of that, there's no like, oh, I want to sue and see justice done. The only form of justice that can come out of this scenario is to lighten their fucking pockets. And I'm saying 6 digits, and if Jeff Feiger wants to take this case on, I'm sure he'll be saying 7. If you're going to move to another country, are you going to visit it first, or are you going to take a complete gamble? I have no idea. Don't forget to install remote access Trojan on that computer before you sell the house. You want that sweet, sweet voyeur webcam action. Shit, where's that? I need that DLC today. In the city, in the state, in the region, in the country, nowhere is safe in the U.S. This is America. That's right. And I mean, there's a truth to that just in life. You're never really safe. But there's a certain level in a civilized society of safety that you can count on. You call the police, they're going to come. Right? When they come, they're going to do their jobs. Right? No. It's time to sell this, baby. Are you sure you want to sell this house? We bought it for $31,000. It has 4 rooms, bathroom, kitchen. Good, it's established that the kitchen is a room, even though I don't have a door on it. It's a walkthrough. Bathroom, kitchen, living room, bedroom. Current budget is $52,000. I think that's just what I have left. I don't know why they even mention that here. What they should be saying is how much money I spent on the house in this thing. You have been working this house for 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 5 seconds. Is that all? Start the auction. I want to rent this house to 2 people, so it would be great if they will have a place to sleep. Tenants value 2 bathrooms, sure. The renter wants 2 of everything. These guys are offering 46. Big bedroom, how sweet. That's a big bedroom? Yeah, maybe. 1 bedroom, it's enough for me for $49K. Exactly 1 bedroom, okay. He prefers other types of things than those for babies. Why did you put them here? Oh, that's the alpha dude. You can throw them out, dickweed. I sold him my last one. Oh, hello. So, I didn't want stuff for children. I haven't refused an offer yet. Stuff for little snots? Why would I buy a house with such junk? Are you sure you want to refuse this offer? If yes, you will have to pay a $1,304 penalty for breaking the auction rules. Really? I could have thrown out the little bear. I wonder if throwing out the little bear would get me $1,300 more. Let's find out. I got money to burn. Let's find out if throwing this bear out. Sell the bear back. $1,304 is what I just paid to have a second auction on this house after getting rid of the bear. Let's do it again. Start my auction. I want to rent this house. Too bad for you. Trump met with Kim Kardashian today. Well, you know, it's similar people, you know, it's same colors, they flow together. There are too many rooms, say the Jantard family. All 4 rooms? Goodness, with 4 rooms. $52,545. Perfect. 1 and only 1 bedroom for Veronica Lipston. She has no complaints. Did that net me an extra $1,400? Because I actually didn't pay attention. Oh wait, use the bear as a holster. Oh, I didn't even think about the guns in here. Veronica, big gun person, huh? Huh? $52,545. Was it worth the $1,400? Because I forget what the number was before. Wasn't it only 51 something? I don't know if it was all $1,400 or not. I accept your offer, Veronica. Huh? Did you hear that? We heard a ding. We heard a ding. Oh, well, that was in the game. Oh my god, they used the same ding in the game as I've got from Twitch alerts and that we've got built into our API. They used an open source bling. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. I am now 100,000-aire. I just made another... What did I buy that for? 30,000? I probably spent... Oh, it said it, didn't it? And I didn't look. I guess I spent 10 on that. So I made 12 or something. It's a good deal. It's a good deal, and it's time for a live stream break or for this live stream to be over. Ooh, I've got available skill points. Negotiation. because I sold another house. I'd love to have the option to negotiate the price. So I shouldn't have pumped points into this, because now I'm not even working for anyone anymore. And that's for also working for people. I work for myself. I have the option to negotiate the price. I could have come to them and said, listen, what if I tear the head off the teddy bear? Put it on a pike out front. How would you feel about the house then? $4,000 more. You lost $1,000 overall, says Mage Lord Exelberth. Well, we found out that a teddy bear is worth $400 on an auction then. If I lost $1,000, then that means $1,400 was what I paid. Then the value of a teddy bear will diminish your house by $400 if you're not building it for people who have children in this game. Well, let's talk about moving abroad. Well, first off, you shouldn't do it unless you have her permission, because, you know, that's just rude. Leave her stand where she wants to. Jim, God, what is wrong? Are we going to keep going on this game, or have we come to the end of this live stream? Have we come to the end of this live stream? Because we're definitely not going to flip a whole nother goddamn house. I think we've come to the end of this live stream. It's the first 3-hour live stream we've had in a good long time. And you know what? We could use them, you know? Instead of the, you know, I know where you guys live, and I know that it's like 3 a.m. by the time I end a live stream these days. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this live stream. We flipped a house. We took a house, we flipped a house. Go on, play another game for the last hour, says a guy called Jim. You are just addicted to me. So be back here this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern for more of something, right? This was Wednesday, right? Yeah. Anybody think I got a case against the city of Detroit? I'm hoping Feiger does. The case just sells itself. It's prima facie, which means, you know, come on her face. No, it means on its face. On its face. Prima facie means on its face. So it's a prima facie case to my, like, you don't even need the evidence. The evidence will be gathered to prove that they failed to run a warrant check and they let the guy go and all that kind of stuff. You can prove it. But before you prove it, the circumstances of the case, the circumstances of the events that took place make it impossible for them to have done their jobs correctly. So without the evidence, this is a winnable case. Then you go get the evidence to prove what is already obvious prima facie. I just think it's airtight in terms of a settlement, you know? Whether you can win it in court, it depends too much on the judge. It depends on, you know, there are laws about, like, a city can make its own laws that say we can't be sued, you know, that kind of stuff. Courts don't have to listen to it. Courts are, you know, independent. But they can influence the court that way, and I'm sure Detroit has influenced the court that way. I think I got a strong settlement case here. Because if I get someone like a Jeffrey Feiger or another lawyer who, like, the main thing in these kinds of lawsuits is to push the paperwork, get it started, then, you know, media. It's like this kind of law, you know, injury law and kind of the ambulance chasing law, that kind of law is less, it's you got to know how to push the paperwork around and deal with the court, but more importantly, you have to have the contacts, and you have to have the connections in order to get the story on the news when you want it. You have to have people who you know, who you can call and say, hey, have I got a hell of a story for you? You want to run this one tonight? So if I get a lawyer who has those connections and can, you know, get people to run stories and get people to write articles and that sort of a thing, and who will vouch, you know, because an individual coming forward and telling a story, well, it's just a story, how do I confirm that? When you get a lawyer saying, we're bringing this case, well, then the news can report on it without having to investigate it themselves as much. So you get into that scenario, and it's just a matter of, you know, City of Detroit, since your plan for the city seems to be to market it into a better place as opposed to fixing the massive problems, how do you feel, how do you think it's going to undermine your marketing pitch when on the 7 o'clock news, the story leads, you know, police officers failed to do their jobs multiple times in a row. Buddhist monk in training nearly killed. How'd you like to see that one on Fox 2? I can't move my head. My neck is still sore. Just remember, Pawn, any settlement needs to come out of the police retirement fund, not the general fund, says Kenneth Pawn. We'll work on it. I am sorry, we will also work on the, coming and going ground issues in the computer. I just need to buy a outboard audio mixer and get pro on this thing. All these years I've been controlling my audio in weird convoluted ways that get her done and give me the control I want. But I can't afford it. Oh wait, I will when Detroit pays me over $100,000 for my trouble. I'll see you after that. Well, this Friday at 4 p.m. Pawn out! Then again, maybe I could just get him to buy me a jet.